welcome back to a grim podcast of Perilous Adventure. No, you're not hallucinating. I'm in the GM chair. My name's Ben.
Hi, Ben.
And for this very special occasion, we are doing a one-shot because we got 100 5-star reviews or 500 one-star reviews. I don't remember which. And we'll be playing the Skeleton Crew one-shot.
Yes.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I have a thin grasp of the rules, unless I compare myself to JB.
Yep.
And
Rules don't matter.
very possibly have Queen Ant pheromone coursing through my veins.
You stopped at that gas station too on the way.
Yeah.
The thing is,
They
JB
just come in
knows
little
the
syringes
rules.
right now.
They're 2 for $3.50. Like they're cheaper than
And I
Monster.
said,
So
I'll take 4. They're small.
I feel like JB knows the rules. He just makes up his dice rolls.
And the rules.
But he did create a character.
Did.
Anyway, thank you all for coming back. We, of course, want to thank our patrons. Is that right?
Pour one out for your homies.
All right. And I'm gonna read some patron names here.
I feel so bad because my handwriting is real bad.
All right, Krob. No, that one. Dana. Cider Drinks.
Ooh.
Toby Huss. Oates. Leroy. Ice Mouse. Wired Skyle. Buy Corn.
that's a grocery list.
And Briarcorn. Okay,
Freak on a leash.
that's
Also-
everyone we care about.
Also, Cliff Jumper, cider drinker a second time, whose name is Big Timmer, and a
Big
third one.
Timmer.
The best part is that OG listeners will be trying to figure out who was who on that list.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I based them off of the actual names.
It's true. Most of them are pretty close.
Yeah. All right. So today's game, we're gonna be playing the Skeleton Crew. Before we get started, a little bit of background: the Sea of Claws lies between the land of Norska and the nations of the Old World. It's a treacherous and wild stretch of water. Freezing winds, strong currents, rocky coastlines, and icebergs contribute to the many hazards sailors face on the sea. And there is the ever-present threat of a marauding Norse war party aboard a flotilla of longships, or an attack by one of the many monsters that make their lairs beneath the waves. However, it also provides hope and opportunity to those who live upon its shores. An abundance of daggerfish and gurm crab wait to be harvested. In the great port cities of Ehrengrad and Marienburg, a.k.a. Middenheim,
Middenheim.
Yep.
Ugh.
Not the same thing.
receive goods from the 4 corners of the world. So we on a boat.
We're on a
We
boat.
start on a boat.
No,
Oh.
idiot.
We're on a boat.
Shut up. Where you start is we are starting on, wait for it as I try to figure out where my notes are. There's so many. You gave me too much, Dan.
What's a flotilla with you?
I say that
There
all
it
the
is.
time.
Too much love.
Shoot.
Yes.
There's like an introduction paragraph that okay, here we go. Okay. So you are on Odner, a small island off the coast of Nordland.
It's practically a boat.
Figure out a reason that you're there. That is my task to you, as we will go around the table and introduce our characters, starting with the man with the voice of an angel and the mouth of a devil. Tim.
Oh, me.
I like that a lot.
I came up with it on the walk in.
Oh.
So I know everyone made characters. I'm reusing a character. Also, I'm finding out I didn't make it. I just crossed out parts of his name.
We're gonna bleep that and we'll pretend that it's a new character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be playing Randall Bottom Dollar.
Oh.
He's a peddler.
Can you change the name so that it's nautical?
So the original name was Benny Bottom Down. Turned into, obviously, Randall Bottom Dollar. We couldn't change it to
Randall Batten Hatches.
Randall Bottom Deck. Bottom Decker.
Hoop deck.
Oh,
Bottom Decker. Bottom
Yep.
Decker is strong.
Bottom
Yeah, I
Decker.
like that better.
Yeah.
Randall Bottom Decker.
He's a halfling.
I
He's
got
he's
a
peddler.
Bottom Decker drill recently. It's pretty good.
Is that what happened on the stairs?
Get ready for 3 hours of this.
Yeah, he's as far as deckers go, definitely the bottom.
Is he the one who knows about horse law?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That's Chuck Bigum.
No further questions. I don't care. What is his class and such?
Peddler.
What does he peddle?
Pedals.
Why is he on Oster? Odner.
For the pedal convention that happens here on the island every year.
Fucking hell.
PedalCon 1964.
Righteous! Righteous!
Is he a human?
He's a halfling.
He runs on weird halfling calendar. Okay.
Fair.
We're gonna call that good. Next to a man who says he lives between the 6th and 7th dimension, JB.
Hi, I'm JB.
There you are.
I will be playing a nun today. A nun.
A boat nun.
A boat nun. I haven't picked a goddess or god, so
You're currently between deities.
I will leave it up to you. Should I go with Manan, the god of the
Manan.
sea and waves, or could I go like a little bit of Shalala, goddess of mercy and penance?
I like that one.
You like that?
Because
One?
no one's gonna know what you're there.
Okay, so
Manan,
that's-
everyone knows.
right.
They're on a boat.
They're on a
boat
boat.
folk.
Right. And a nun on a boat makes perfect sense.
And it's like really easy comedy for like early 90s comedians.
Right.
Put a
So
nun on a boat. There's some
I-
jokes.
I will be on a boat with a whole bunch of other people then.
Why are you on Odner?
Odner is an island,
Sure it is.
and I am there to tend people and get their souls to wherever they need to be.
That's a perfect
Right. I
reason
want to
be there.
make sure that all their holes are filled, and
Great.
with love and kindness.
Yep. Let's just pretend we stopped that a sentence earlier. Over to a person who has described himself as the maraca of the universe. Got Dan Cole.
I was so excited to hear what my intro was gonna be.
I
That
came
was
up with
so
it
good.
literally now.
Okay.
So good.
So I'm excited to have another halfling on the crew.
By the name of Dumpling, as I understand it.
Nah, I'm half long. The halfling
Every
soldier.
time.
Thank you to patrons in the Discord to help me create this character and came up with the name due to autocorrect,
Thanks, Briarcorn.
which was fantastic. And I'm a soldier.
Ooh.
And I am here to prove that halflings are more than just cooks.
Very nice.
Halfling is a hefty 3'11" and pleasantly plump.
As one ought be.
It's adorable.
But he knows how to swing a sword.
And finally, the cannon of the podcast, if you replace the cannon bits with a gun and replace the gunpowder with baking soda. Dani.
It's a great exfoliant for sure.
Mhm.
I will be playing Lady Chantrell Cremini. And
I
you will
already want to drown her.
You will respect me as such.
Of the New Hampshire comedies,
Yes, how'd
Oh.
you know? You're familiar with my brood.
I've stolen a lot of pedals.
You're getting thrown overboard the first chance I get.
Go for it because I'm actually a seaman.
Mm.
So
Oh,
So you're fine.
wow.
I'm good.
Do
I've
you
got
actually
that
have
s-
advances in swim?
I have advances in swim.
That
You have-
never happens
I
in
sure
this
do.
game.
And row.
Have
Wait, you can actually do
sea
that?
legs?
Ooh, I do not.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Amazing.
I mean, I have two.
Okay.
I'm a strong swimmer.
I
And
don't-
I have a strong back. No scoliosis for this bitch.
Does that mean you
Oh.
only do this backstroke?
Yes.
What are you doing on
exclusively.
the old Odner?
I am here. I'm telling people that I'm here because this is my way station on my way to Nordland to collect my inheritance. I actually just work on a ship. So I'm
Okay.
just waiting
So
to get my orders.
So you are pretending to be someone fanciful? Or
Yes.
you literally think you are?
I am quite fanciful.
That was
As
not
I
an
swab the
answer,
deck.
nor do I want one.
Yes.
Okay. Well, great. please join me for this intro, and we will get started. For the folk who live on the storm-ravaged coasts of the Sea of Claws, it is a hard life, but the recent storms have been particularly harsh. Here you are on Haydenr, little island off the coast of Nordland. The islanders here have been busy rebuilding their homes and grieving their dead. In years past, the islanders would have taken the bodies to the nearby island of Griggs,
I barely know her.
where a Morite monastery and garden tended to funeral rites and interments.
Mm-hmm.
Get your shit together. Whatever games company does this. Cubicle 7. I don't believe that word. But-
Internments? Yes.
But no, it's just no N.
Oh.
Just interment.
Intermittent internments.
Yes, ultimate mints. That's what happens there.
I like mints.
More is known for two things: death and mints.
Only two things are certain in life:
Death and mints. All right, I'm gonna write that down as the episode title. And mints. Do I put a Y in there? I do.
I put 2. They're small.
They're small. Take 2. Anyway, but Griggs
Barely know her.
was deluged by massive waves, and the mortuary was washed away along with its priests, which must have been a funny sight. Not only have the folk of Haydenr nowhere to bless and bury their dead, but several more bodies have since washed up on their muddy shores. There are 23 coffins arranged on the dockside awaiting transport. The sole survivor of Griggs' monastic community is a portly middle-aged man with a ruddy face who wears a plain black robes of an initiate of Moor. He looks pained, but as he sees you, he plasters an ingratiating grin on his face. Look lively, sailors. We need to get those stowed away into ship shape. Or else they will likely grow restless before our work is done. He chuckles, but then he begins to blush and wipes at his jowls with a greasy crimson handkerchief.
Cool.
And so you are dockside. You are all employed to help transport the dead to Dieterschaffen,
Bah.
where a capable priest can send them on their way to what Pharasma might call the boneyard. Whoever she is. So, you are dockside. You are being tasked with helping transport these coffins onto the ship, protect them. What do you guys want to do? Any one of yous?
I'm ready to supervise because I got a bad back.
I'm sorry, that's your halfling voice? Okay. Very good.
Well, you're in luck that you are in the presence of greatness, as I have a quite strong back, and as I'm still waiting to collect my family's inheritance, I suppose I could while away the time with transporting these 24 coffins.
I mean, I can stand beneath it, but I can't reach very high. Fucker.
Brush your teeth.
JP.
Brush your teeth. Well, we'll just mark that one.
Chick.
Brush your teeth.
I'm just going to refer to you as Chantrell. That's what's going to happen.
I think Randall can help me supervise.
I think probably so. I'm actually really good pretty much right here.
And sister, I didn't catch your name.
My name is Shaylin Schmidt. Shaylin Schmidt. And it looks to me that the priest of Moor has some sickness in him. Is there any way that I could heal that sickness or take that from him?
The long shank seems fine to me.
He's bleeding from the chest.
No, actually, I think he's bleeding from his tissue. That's where all the blood is.
It's coming out of his mouth.
I don't think that tissue has a mouth.
Come on, sailors. Look lively. Let's get these coffins squared away.
I'm actually willing to help so I don't hear that laughing.
All right, Randall, you get one. I'll get the other end.
All right, on
So,
the
Randall-
count of 3.
Okay, so Randall and Halflong are assisting in the carrying of these crates, or of these coffins.
If we have to.
Not everyone is required to, but you are expected to help out in some way, shape, or form.
We'll take it real slow.
Yeah.
too.
Real slow works for me. Go ahead and give me an extended strength check.
Oh, no.
No, thank you.
I'm a soldier, but my strength is 26. Oh, that's a fail with a 67.
You're such a weak little man.
You have a 26 in strength?
Yeah.
You're ripped. That'll be -7 success level.
The two of you are pulling on opposite ends.
Just go the wrong way.
Your
No, towards the boat.
your
Towards
heels
the boat.
your heels are
Okay.
digging furrows in the sand.
Listen, I saw someone do this once. I figured I could just figure it out.
Maybe if we both get on the same end, we can just push it.
All right, let's try that.
Make sure you push it real good.
I assume you are not assisting in moving the coffins.
I feel my strategy is best with supervision. Additionally, I also failed a strength test.
Perfect.
Not by 7 degrees, though.
Yeah, my strength is 17. And I rolled an 84.
I'm literally twice as strong as you are.
And twice as tall.
Probably.
Just as strong by the foot, though.
That is accurate.
By
It's all
mass.
proportional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rather strong for a halfling.
I'll say like 50% stronger than your average halfling.
And the good nun, Shaylin.
I want to go over and put my hand on the back of his neck and just feel for fever. Is he feverish?
Excuse me, sister. I didn't see you there. No, I'm quite all right. I'm just got a bit of. I recently had a difficult voyage and little ill at ease going back on the ship.
You're very clammy. Here, let me get my hands
you.
underneath that robe.
You know that's actually a compliment
oh,
when you're
okay.
on the seas.
Yeah.
The more clammy you are, the
All right,
That's
I'm just gonna stick my
little
hands in
joke.
your armpits and yeah, let me put some healing words upon you. Here's Shaylin's blessings all up in you.
Incredible that you call
You,
it your
Shayla.
own blessing.
Yeah,
Yeah, are you just named after your god?
I am.
The god is Shalia or Shalea.
Okay. I'm
Some people
very
pronounce it.
close.
She's very beautiful. She doesn't have the space in her head for too many names, so they just named her the same thing as her god.
It's actually pretty easy. You think you get a whole cloister of them. Cloister's kind of like a clam.
There are just so many of those human gods, I can't keep them straight.
They have like dozens, like
Esmeralda's
probably
all we need.
3 or 4 even.
She's pretty all right.
She's
When
on-
is Pie Week coming up?
I think it's the second Tuesday of next week.
Oh, yes. That Pie Week.
Now, if you both get on the sides of the casket,
Listen, we got this
it's easier.
handled.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to help, that would also probably be good.
Just lift with her back.
Nope, wait. That may have been what we were doing wrong.
Oh, lift with their arms?
Yeah, yep. I tried to pick it up.
Oh.
Why
and
don't
I
you guys
didn't
give
have
me
didn't
one-
have good luck.
Give me one more extended strength check.
That might have been good.
The 97. It's an auto fail and what?
Is that a fumble?
It's just an auto fail, but
Okay.
it's like 7 negative success levels.
I rolled a 22, which will be a critical failure.
Really?
My strength is a 17.
Welcome to being fatigued.
Ah, nuts.
So you lift with your back, and comically, you lift the whole coffin over your head, and then collapse under it.
Oh no.
Not great.
Except for falling damage.
Just imagine he
And
tries to do a
die.
kettlebell swing with a coffin.
That's exactly what that strongman competition where they got to throw it up over.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's very Wile
But
E.
with a
Coyote,
coffin.
where for a couple of seconds physics doesn't recognize that all is not well, and then suddenly reality.
I normally, when I get a good running start, I levitate slightly in the air and my feet turn into a pinwheel.
Sister Shaylin, you may I think I think the halfling there might need your assistance more than me.
I'm not quite the strongest. None in the cloister, but I could certainly try. Here, just take it from the back.
That was like
How many dice
10
did you
dice.
roll?
As many as it takes, damn it.
How many did you drop in that tower?
Whatever it takes, but I passed.
Those weren't even dice. That was a bunch of chiclets. Where'd
So-
you get all those teeth?
So as you are loading all the coffins up there, you are, it takes you a while, but with some assistance of other people on the crew and other people just on the dock side, you make fairly decent progress in getting all of the coffins on board safely. The captain starts giving some orders that we will be departing soon, and you are welcome to either board up and investigate the ship, hang out on the dockside and see what there is to see, look at the skies and see how the weather is, whatever makes sense for you to do as like a preparatory, we're about to head out, make sure you're set.
Oh, I want to check over each and every sailor on this boat and make sure that they don't have any scurvy. And if they do, I will take it off them.
That's very kind. What a generous soul you apparently are.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop with JB. I don't know what the angle is here, but I don't trust it at all.
Right, just because it's JB. I'm going to walk around the ship as if I know what I'm looking for, but I don't really.
I'm going to walk around the ship pretending like I don't know what I'm looking for. I'll be checking the port and the starboard sides, the bow, the stern, the point of sail, the helm, the keel, the heeling, the tack,
And the poop deck.
the jib,
Yeah, there's
seeing
a
if
jib.
things are windward or leeward.
I actually really like the cut of the jib on the ship.
Look at these lines.
It's a fine looking jib.
It's a great jib.
That's
So-
a sturdy mainsail.
So, do you have a Wikipedia page open? With boat terms?
American sailing.
Very good.
What is the name of the ship that we're on?
So you have the misfortune of blundering up to the ship's bosun.
The boatswain.
The bosun.
A beer-battered bosun.
A dour dwarf. He is not particularly inviting to your question, but he answers, "You sail on the leisure of Lebenswert Ada."
The Bunsworth Vada. Yes. Sounds like a proper imperial name.
Well, she's plenty shipworthy.
I wasn't suggesting otherwise. Just wondering what the name was.
Oh, do you want to pick a fight?
No, I just asked the name of the ship.
One of his eyes starts kind of popping out of his head.
I'm sure that we've plenty of that on the seas.
As this is kind of transpiring between the two of you, you notice a pair of halflings.
That's us, I'm pretty
No,
certain.
There's one
More
for each of you
Oh, wow.
So many halflings.
who come up to you. They're wearing sailor uniforms,
Natural sailors.
and they, they kind of give you an elbow and say, "Don't mind Snorri. He's just jittery. There's a lot to take care of before we set sail."
Oh, yes.
So there's two of them here, Esme and Marie, and they tell you that they're from Mootland. They talk about each other as though they are sisters, although they are not even distantly related. That's just how halflings be.
I speak to them only in Mootish.
They can you give me a what kind of, do you want to give me a charm or something?
Sure. I'll roll a charm.
Yeah.
I'm actually good at that. Missed it by 7. So 0 negative success levels.
Okay. So, you guys pass pleasantries. How is the air sufficiently closer to the ground than most would care? That kind of thing. And you do notice that although Marie is kind of cold, Esma looks a lot more, seems to be more receptive to your conversational tactics. But after a couple of moments, they kind of, walk off as a short but consolidated unit.
I'll have to talk with them more later after I make sure the ship is in tip-top shape.
Hey, while you're down there, would you mind just taking a look at that baggy wrinkle there, I'm not sure that that's really up to code.
Of course, and I look over the side of the boat.
No, it's that soft covering for cables that stops the sails from chafing.
Oh, yes. I know all about chafing.
I hate it when
Apparently.
my baggy wrinkle chafes, I'll tell you that.
Chantrell,
Anyway, is there room on this ship for my donkey?
And what, pray tell, is that donkey's name?
Kyle.
Of the New Hampshire Kyles.
Of the New Hampshire
I thought it was
Kyles.
catamaran.
No.
I thought it was ketamine.
You're thinking of my mule, Special K.
You are universally ignored.
Nuts.
Stay on the island.
Chantrell, as
Yes.
you are barking nonsensical orders to people whom could not appreciate them even if they made sense, a young woman who is cut in kind of a very smart uniform, very clearly kind of knows her place on the ship, comes up to you and introduces herself as Fiorella, the first mate.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And she kind of scoffs and says, "You ought to stay out of the way while we're trying to get everything ready to go.
Of course, I wouldn't want to be underfoot on this catamaran.
Make me believe it." And she storms off,
I'll just go
muttering about landlubbers under her breath.
Go find a quiet dinghy to hole up in.
And she goes kind of and, berates other members of the crew who seem used to it. Like, it's not antagonistic. She's just kind of overworked and they're understaffed.
For sure.
Hence hiring you on.
She's just doing her job.
Sorry, I forgot everything about you. What are you doing?
I'm trying to bring my mule onto the ship. I'm a peddler. It carries my wares in its saddlebags.
God damn it, this is actually perfect. Okay. So,
I don't think anyone's ever responded with those words to anything that I've done ever.
So there is an old man, a little bit hunched, who's sitting on a barrel somewhere amidships, who, upon seeing the mule, kind of straightens out his apron, licks his lips, and narrows his eyes at it.
It's a good-looking specimen.
We'll see what the galley has to say about that.
Oh, he gets to sleep in the galley?
In a manner of speaking.
What is a galley, actually?
It seems as though Fiorella is going to object, but before she gets the chance to, a young boy of indeterminate age comes up and starts kind of cooing and just paying a lot of attention to the mule, just very interested and engaged with animals. And he strikes up a conversation with you. Oh, boy. How old is he?
I would say he's probably about 2 or 3 in mule years.
Oh.
A hard alcoholic, but
Same here.
a good guy. As long as there's malted barley on board, Kyle will be all set.
Kyle. Who's a good whatever you are?
He's a mule.
Oh, how did they do on boats?
I have no idea. I'm not even sure how I got him to this island in the first place.
Oh, well, he'll have company.
You also have a mule?
In a manner of speaking, yes, but it's a cat.
Oh.
So this boy's name is Frederick.
Hello, Frederick.
And good day to you, sir.
Randall. Randall Bottomdecker.
Randall and Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Frederick. I'm the ship's boy. And this here's Maze. And an old tomcat who is very nearly on the edge of death and is currently snoring, is just kind of like pawing in his sleep next to Frederick.
That's a cat.
I know.
For sure. These are our other compatriots. There's this one and also those two.
Oh, we've got a couple of those twos as well.
Oh, nice.
You can't see them right now. They're well, they're probably resting or having one of their intimate times. Uri and Svetlana.
Yuri and Svetlana.
Close enough. Yep. And they're a married couple. They've been here probably longer than almost anyone else except for the captain, so they get their own bunk.
That does actually seem pretty nice. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, how long have rowboats had oars?
A couple weeks, probably?
Yeah, at
or-
least a couple weeks.
Well,
Almost certainly.
are we expecting some calm seas? I've heard that there's no laws out there on the Sea of Claws.
Give me a gossip check.
All right. -3 success levels.
It's starting off so strong.
Can't imagine
All of
anything
us.
would go wrong.
Me neither.
Probably smooth sailing.
could?
Shouldn't take more than 10 hours or so if the wind's good to get to our destination, Adidaschaffen.
Oh, that's all. I figured we would be on this for a couple days.
No, come on.
Seems actually like kind of a quick jaunt.
The Sea of Clouds is known for swift winds and currents.
Yeah, like cranberries.
Are you trying to intimate that my ship doesn't hold her on what? Now, Snorri, take it easy. He's just showing interest.
And yeah, I'm a little curious about ships.
Oh, I'm curious twice. Bi-curious, I'd almost say.
You cut me off before I could make my own bi-curious joke, you
Wonderful.
son of a bitch.
He saw right where you were going.
Yes, he did.
Vamp for time. Go on.
Oh, well, so I was actually curious, Mr. Hold on, don't tell me. Daryl.
They call me half long.
Half long.
Yes.
That's a little on the nose, don't you think? That right leg is like 3 times longer than your left. I'm not even sure how you balance.
I'm trying to look at my nose. There's nothing there.
Right. Okay.
Have you been hit on the head?
Not recently that I can think of. Why?
Mostly just your demeanor and your speech, and also your face.
There's a lot of very specifics.
I kind of thought it was a general malaise, but so what do you do for a living?
Why, I'm a soldier for the Empire.
Oh, they really let us be soldiers?
Well, of course, yes. Half
Okay.
corps all over the place.
Halfling cores,
Yes.
Like just your abdomen?
or like
No.
or like at the center of an apple?
No, no.
Oh no,
Are you
that-
full of
that explains
seeds
it.
like an apple?
I don't. Well, I mean, I feel like all halflings are quite full of seeds. We do produce quite a few children.
Oh, I thought he meant eating a bunch of fruit at first.
I did too. That's horrifying.
Well, eating a bunch of fruit's actually a pretty normal thing. People do it all the time.
Maybe me and Esme will have a big family later. I pat Randall on the back real hard.
You know, I'm gonna actually just go ahead and ask you to not touch me again.
Okay. No, I'd just like to... Became a soldier to show that halflings aren't only about cooking food and eating it. I mean, I do love eating it, but...
Yeah, the eating part is actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, but we could do more than just be cooks. I see you're a peddler. You don't just go into the galley and whip up a dinner.
Correct. I sell dinners that other
Yes.
people make.
Exactly.
And pedals. A whole lot of them.
I have purposely never learned how to cook.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You never had to, like, help cook at home when you were growing up as a young lad?
No, I practice the sword, and I draw my sword and, like, do, like, a...
Is it like a letter opener?
In his hands, it looks like a long sword.
That's
There's,
actually pretty impressive.
There's a relatively short, wiry human who's kind of just lounging against the side as things get squared away, who takes note of you drawing your weapon, and said, "Yeah, that'll be plenty good for all the daggerfish if you fall overboard. You're not dealing on a battlefield here.
Well, isn't that why I was hired on, as protection?
You better hope it doesn't come to that, because that sword isn't going to do much more than pick the teeth of any of the sharks that get to you."
Well, if I'm already in the water, then I'm probably done for. And I kind of pick at my chainmail shirt.
Well, That's probably true.
What is a daggerfish?
Oh, awful, terrible, wonderful things.
How big are they?
Probably, I never fell in the water myself, seeing as how I am without large holes in my face and neck. But
I
at
was
least
gonna.
the size of a dagger.
Oh, that would make sense. Yes.
Gotcha. So it's not like a fish with a knife. It's just the size of a knife.
You know what? I think I'm probably not the right person to ask for that.
Gotcha.
I'm just the quartermaster. No, is that right? I think it
Half
is.
master, probably.
At least half, maybe a quarter, maybe 3/4. Who's to say? This is Pierre, and aside from giving the snide remarks, which seems to have been his entire motivation for entering the conversation, he is very dismissive of you.
Not a fan already.
So, sister,
Yes.
you're here.
I am. I'm here to provide blessings and make sure that no one comes down with any hysteria on the boat.
No one, huh?
No one.
Okay. Well, that's actually probably pretty good. Do you guys normally have like a ship, this thing? A ship.
None.
You're not a nun.
A nun.
A nun.
A nun of Esmeralda?
No.
Oh, right, you're Longshanks. Never mind. Of course not.
Brother Amenhai comes up to you, Shaylin,
Yeah.
and says, I'll certainly be glad to have others on board with some connection to the gods. Perhaps you could help me.
Oh.
In fact, I'm going to request that somebody is with the coffins, with the bodies.
Oh, okay.
At all times. As I've said, their last rites haven't been performed, and I don't know how to pronounce this. Gehemnishnacht is
Oh,
approaching.
yes.
Oh, no.
Okay. I do have a couple of prayers ready, and I can say those over the bodies as we get underway.
Excuse me,
Oh,
sister.
That cough sounds very bad. Let me
no,
look
it
at
is.
that.
No,
Oh,
no, it's fine.
No, no.
Sister, please.
Here, just let me stick my hand in.
As
there.
an
Okay.
initiate as an initiate of more, I have
Yeah.
to say, the other gods and the people who pray to them don't have any idea how to care for dead bodies. I'm sure you do fine with the living, but
Oh,
please
yes.
follow my instructions as I give them to you.
Oh, right. You are a priest of Moor, and I am just a humble servant of Shalena.
Your God's name.
That he's named after, too.
There's no N.
Can you make a charm
Shillelagh.
test, please?
Hmm?
Would you make a charm test, please?
I can.
Or a
I
gossip.
can indeed.
Don't care which.
I don't care either.
Probably don't have numbers for either of them.
To be fair, there are a
40?
bunch of
Wow.
things written on that sheet.
Yeah, made it by 2. 2 success levels.
Is that our first successful roll of the game so far?
I'm pretty sure.
So
Alright.
he actually kind of lowers his voice and says, "Very kind to say so, but I am only initiate of more, and I cannot deliver last rites that would allow the bodies not to be targeted by necromancy. And with
Oh.
Gehemnishnacht coming around, the full moon, the time where chaos is closest and the dead begin to stir.
Ooh.
Let's just say it's very good that we have the extra bodies on hand."
Okay. Did you try to excrete all of their excessive fluids?
I dare say Manon took care of most of the excess fluids.
Okay. All right.
Replaced them with his divine juice.
Oh,
And
good.
he wipes at his jowls with his red handkerchief
Oh.
disgustingly again.
All right.
What is Grungerschnack?
Gehemnishnacht?
It's a full moon.
Oh, it just means full moon?
It's
When
when Morsleb is there. It's
Oh, that type of full moon.
right,
I
the
don't
one
even-
that kind of winks at you.
as an initiate of more. I don't even call it Morsleb. I just call it Sleb.
It's when we get the most cases of hysteria in the nunnery, and we have to, take time and lock all the doors, and we work and pray as much as we can to get that hysteria just out.
I bet you do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't follow that up.
Well,
I'll be happy to get your assistance, sister.
Okay. If you'd like to follow me into this room, and I could assist as much as you'd like.
That's, I assume, a generous, flirtatious offer. But
Sir! I will have you know, I am a sister of purity and chalice. Do not besmirch me in that way.
his reddened face turns even redder.
Oh,
We are approaching purple. And
you
he's-
look
he is-
like you
he
are
is
about to pop.
breaking into a flop sweat.
Okay, yes, you are sweating and you're about to turn purple. Please follow me into this room and let me take care of that for you.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna go to my bunk real quick.
Okay, I will follow you.
But no, that's okay.
All right, let's go to your bunk.
I'll be in my bunk.
All right, so I follow him to his bunk and I release his
Shut
fluids
the door.
so that he is no longer
All right, let's move away.
about to pop.
So,
He is sweating.
Hand job none is not what I thought JV was going to bring.
yeah, most of my
to the game
most of my
today.
notes are actually not useful at all.
That's okay.
I
I
can
am on
figure
a
most of this out actually.
boat full of sailors, right? They really need
What are you
to
wearing?
calm down.
Actually, out of curiosity.
A white robe
Uh-huh.
that doesn't stain, quite stain resistant,
Good.
and long gloves, soft, supple gloves.
Okay, kit skin, sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got a.
how form fitting is that nun gown?
Oh, it's quite loose.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I need to be able to, flow around my subjects.
So if a manhole cover were to suddenly, let out a big gust
yeah.
of air or something, you'd probably have to
Quite.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to cluster it around your knees
Right.
demurely.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that everyone's taken care of. Are you taking care of, Randall?
Randall is doing pretty all right.
Okay. If you start to feel a little flustered, you tell me, and I will be right there.
I imagine you will be. If I say the word, guaranteed I know you're coming.
Okay.
Frederick has given up trying to mount the mule and is just vigorously petting it and says, "Oh, sister, I think that the mule seems pretty anxious to me."
Oh, you know what? Shalena's blessings can
You brought the
be on
mule. You brought the sex nun. I didn't do any of this.
man or beast.
Okay,
Right?
I'm gonna cut you off right there. I think we all
Sex nun.
experienced enough of the joke that we can move on.
Kelly can be a guy's name too.
So is there anything else you would like to do before departing?
I'm all set. I'm picking up a couple more snacks or some good food before we go. Might not be an awful decision.
Sure. You want to do that dockside? There's probably vendors selling, what was that, germ crab cakes? Yeah, getting all that germ crab. There's a couple daggerfish mongers.
I'd monger a fish or two, but yeah,
I
think
imagine you would.
some crab
You
cakes.
have that look about you.
I do. Listen, you can tell it's in the eyes. But I will definitely grab some of those Gerskner crab cakes.
All right. Yeah. You got you sidle up to a germ wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
A crabsman.
Immediate, not gossip, but haggle.
Sure.
Gonna haggle for some crabs.
Sure. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 19, which is actually pretty good. So I tell some shaggy dog stories, and I go over how their day was, and anything I can fleece out of this crab cakery, I will crab get.
So yeah, you managed to tell to spin a yarn to a what I can only describe as a woman who looks like a human rectangle. And the head is sunken into the shoulders, the neck bulges out. She seems like a woman of hard labor.
I have played Minecraft before. I've dealt with this
Yeah,
type.
it's stevia. Yeah. And she you get a sweetheart deal on some crab cakes, most of which is cooked.
Thank you, doll. I appreciate it. I'll
you
finish.
did so well on your test that you get a little bit of the hot goss.
Oh, what's gossiping, around here, GPoPA?
So she tells you, around this time of year, we'd be taking in the daggerfish catch around now, but it's been harder and harder to catch them with this storm. There's no hope. There was actually, the storm was so bad that some bodies washed up and had been chewed up by something recently. So probably the gray barbed shark of the Sea of Claws, legendary predator.
The gray barbed shark.
Has a taste for the flesh of sea folk.
Oh, so actually that's okay, because we're not really natively sea folk.
Oh, well, as soon as you eat those crab cakes, you will smell exactly like sea folk.
Oh, wow.
Enjoy.
Why, thank you. And I will go about my way back onto the boat.
Chantrell, after being brushed aside by the first mate, have you continued bothering her or anyone else, or?
Not at all. No, I'm just, pleasantly keeping my thoughts in my own mind, making sure that everything's up to snuff and all that. Kind of poking around, seeing if I can find the saloon. I'm not sure if it's in the stern.
So you want to look around the ship to get the lay of the ship?
Yes,
Alright.
and be out of the way though, because I know that these people are incredibly busy, and I don't want to waste their time.
Okay. By the way, just player's note here. Let me know if you're looking at something. I'm not gonna just ask for passive perception checks in general.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at websites about hysteria.
So when you said hysteria, I knew exactly where you were headed. I was so glad to look over at your computer and see the porn that you pulled up. Look at that. She looks possessed.
That's because she is.
Right?
She needs a doctor's help right now.
Man or beast.
She just needs to make room for the Holy Spirit.
Right?
Here I thought this ship was already filled with semen, but yet there's more.
We shall
There's
spill
room for a
some
little
more.
Blech.
It'll be overflowing. My cup is.
Your cuppeth is great. So, Chantrell,
Yes.
as you wander about,
Yes.
you see that Pierre, the quartermaster, is in charge of the armory, wherein the cannonballs are stored. He is blocking a good view of the stores. He seems kind of protective and kind of, you can tell you should probably keep your distance. He's
Fair enough.
no nonsense. There is, as was said, a private cabin for Uri and Svetlana, the couple, but everybody else kind of shares a regular bunk. The galley is where Rutger, the cook, the old man, spends most of his time. He also does not want people coming into it. Like, they're all very businesslike. They're all business
for
people.
sure.
They are protective of their areas. The ship itself has a forecastle wherein the captain, I apologize. I gotta find his name. I hate his name. All right. Captain Sigiswald is currently perched, and he is just overseeing the whole operation as the last couple of coffins get put on board. He looks like a ship captain. Like, if he had a yellow raincoat, it would not go. It would go perfectly with his outfit and attire.
Gotcha.
great white beard, big ruddy nose. Seems as though he's hits the bottle pretty hard. Rum because he's an actual sailor, but
Sure.
for all of those faults, he is like a professional. He clearly looks like he knows what he's doing, and he and the first mate have a very like trusted relationship. Anything else? Oh yes, there is the cargo hold, which currently is taken up by mostly coffins. Although there have been perfumes, doused on the bodies and the remains and everything, the smell of death and whatever chemicals have leached into the hull are fairly overpowering. Not a pleasant place to be. Someone has to be here all the time.
Gotcha.
So enjoy that. Other than that, on the what is the quarterdeck, which is like the back part of the boat, as you, Chantal, probably are aware of.
Indeed.
It's raised up a little bit and has a brass telescope for reading the storms as they are, and that's pretty much the lay of the land. There are some cannons, 4 medium cannons, 2 on each side, to ward off pirates and sea monsters. They don't seem to be currently loaded, but they are there. And although the ship is not pretty, it is ship shape. Like this looks like a seaworthy vessel, and there you don't have any cause for concern on its seaworthiness.
All right.
Very good.
I wouldn't mind trying to maybe kind of stake out one of the better, I'm assuming, hammocks in the
Go for it.
the,
Yeah,
the bungalows.
the bungalows. Yeah. You should feel free to do that. The only people who are kind of around this area, everybody else is kind of busy with work. Frederick is chasing Mize around with, a feather or something.
Speaking of, I forgot. I would like to give him one of the half-cooked crab cakes.
Ooh. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely. You keep a good eye on that mule, and there's a lot more and more cooked, I will add, of them crab cakes for you.
That's what's going to happen, and it's like my mom used to make.
That's exactly what I said.
And he kind of he shoved the whole thing in his mouth and toddles away.
Man, keep the change, you filthy animal.
So yeah, you get your first pick of bunk, which, one could argue the crew probably have first rights to it, but they're busy doing crew things, so
Yeah.
depends on how much of a dick you feel like being.
Listen, I want a good one. Doesn't have a lot of neighbors, probably by a window. Make like a soccer mom and put my sweater on that chair, stating it's mine.
They are all equidistant from each other.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't want
big
to be
old
close
story
to the
circle.
door. People coming in and out, using the latrine or
Okay.
using the other side of
You
the
can
deck.
get one on the back.
Good.
In the back.
Good.
There's some stains that are relatively solid.
Yeah, JB's here, so I know what that nun do.
Sure. Does anyone else have anything else they want to do in preparation before the ship departs?
I got a little hot goss from the crab cake lady over there on shore.
She's the one that looks like a rectangle. You can't miss her.
They were fantastic. If you were looking to pick up a couple snacks before we go, I'd highly recommend it.
There's a trail of crumbs coming from wherever Frederick has run off to.
Actually, I think that's what the nun does. Is she makes sure people crumb all the time.
Great.
What did you find out?
Apparently, a bunch of bodies have been washing up on shore.
Oh,
With a whole
that's-
bunch
oh,
of
no.
bite marks in them from something called like a gray shark man thing.
Oh, sharks.
A
Yes.
dagger claw shark.
Dagger claw shark.
It was a great thing. I wasn't listening, honestly, a lot, but it's definitely some type of gray shark.
Well, I think as long as we stay in the boat, then we should be fine.
Yeah, I don't think sharks come on boats.
Pretty sure they're just in the water.
I think
Sounds like a sailor to me.
I think anything could come on the boat if you
Great.
just bring it on top.
But Brenda's
was
always
it.
on the bottom.
That was a well-crafted, naive comment.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Thank you.
Jimmy looks so happy.
So, as this happens, let's see. All right. As the sun sinks into the sea, the captain blows a shrill whistle. All aboard, who's coming aboard? And he looks at you with watery brown eyes and a strawberry nose. So,
Oh.
you are all free to be wherever you want to be on the ship. Shortly, you will be requested to take stock of the coffins below decks. Brother Amenhai will come and get you and make sure you know how to watch over the bodies should you decide to take a shift.
Okay.
As I've said, someone has to watch them all the time. But you have a little time to be about the boat as this thing casts off.
We have to be shown how to watch coffins?
Well, listen. I am a initiate of more, so please take my word seriously.
Yes.
And yes, someone has to watch over the bodies. The Chaos Moon is going to be full. The dead get restless, and the last rites won't be performed well if their spirits are all about. We don't want any dead rising and
What?
and causing problems or their spirits being cast out over the sea of claws. Let's make sure that they stay exactly where they need to, and I'll show you what you need to do. It's just some simple prayers, some incense. I just want to make sure there aren't any problems.
Wow, sounds like poppycock. Where do you think we are? Sylvania? Broad ocean.
Well, you gotta understand, while you're on the Sea of Claws, if you don't pay close attention to your coughing, it could evolve into a wheezing.
Right, I thought you were going to say something about laws again, but
I made the joke once. I never repeat a joke more than 7 times per episode.
I was going to say we repeat jokes all the time.
And
the short time we've been together.
Boats are notoriously superstitious. I don't know if you've spent a lot of time
Talking to boats, but
on
they are very
vessels.
superstitious.
They're semi-medium, but I will tell you that people can be incredibly superstitious, and some even think that the employ of a woman is abstract and a phenomena.
Well, that's also poppycock. But the human from the Empire, do you believe in this Geheimnisnacht nonsense?
Of course I do. Who wouldn't?
Well, reasonable people, probably. Do you believe in it? I don't.
Here's the thing.
Manling, or Hugh Longshake's myth.
Yeah, they
What's
just
the harm, though?
The harm
Okay,
in
so
what? Being
keep an
superstitious?
eye. Yeah,
the writings
keep
on the
an
wall.
eye. Why
We
not?
do foolish things and waste. People have
No,
to
but
stay
watching-
awake and watch coffins. They're dead.
You're being paid to be here.
Yes.
Calm down with your bad back.
I am
I never
saying,
said I wouldn't do it.
His
From-
back is actually pretty strong. I mean, look at it. There's 3 muscles there, probably.
from right-hand experience, I know that the Gehirnstocht hysteria is a definite thing. I mean, we've had more cases of women's madness coming in at the nunnery on nights where Gehirnstocht is full and bulbous than any other night.
Ist is the name of the night.
Yeah.
It's not the name of the moon.
It's like
The
Warhammer
moon,
Halloween.
The moon has a different name that you've heard probably millions.
A million times.
It's like Warhammer Halloween, yeah.
Yeah. And again, we've had a lot of cases, especially on that night. Just people just going crazy, knocking down our doors just to, get a little bit of a release.
So you're saying that we should lock up all the women for the night?
Oh, no.
You said women's madness.
I mean, it's not just women.
Unfortunately, we do have a woman on the
Right.
ship.
It's not
though.
just
She
women.
could go mad at any minute.
These humans are always so confusing.
Right.
I completely agree.
Fiorella, the ship's mate, comes by and is brusquely brushes you all out of the way,
Oh.
muttering something like, "Oh, leave it to a bunch of landlubbers to tell us how to sail a ship."
I would never.
Said nothing of the sort.
And then the halfling Esma comes by and says, "Don't mind her. She just doesn't understand how somebody who isn't on a boat often might downplay the severity, but take it from me, take it from your kinsman, that the problems of Geheimnisnacht are very real.
Oh, well, if Esme says it's true, it must be.
It's
Halflings are anything other than superstitious.
Can
your
you give me a charm test or something?
I'm gonna
I
try.
know I'm asking a lot of them, but like we're just talking.
Pizza dice. Oh, come on.
Nice.
My charm is 52. When I rolled, that's twice. I rolled a 59 before and then a 58. Like, he's actually really good at this. He's actually very charming.
I haven't actually
Is
seen
he?
you eat anything, but yet there's so much food flying out of your mouth when you talk to her. It's honestly pretty impressive.
I just produce a lot of saliva.
Gotcha.
Thankfully, because you normally talk up at the Longshanks, most of the food coming out of your mouth flies in a direct arc over her
Oh,
and
yes.
spatters on the cat.
Halflings are very good at this, to miss each other with their spittle.
Yeah, she responds in kind, spitting something over your head.
Ooh, she might like me.
I think she, yeah.
Yeah, I got the hots.
I
your
made a good first
I
impression.
feel intrusive.
is that
watching
your
this.
sister?
Who? Oh, Marie?
Yeah.
Marie.
Oh, well, I mean, she's not. We don't share a mother, but
Okay.
I think that we're sisterly enough.
She seems very pent up.
You know what? I think that she is.
Oh, if you'd like, I could have a private sit-down chat with her and see what I could do, and give her some of Shaylin's blessings.
You know, I found that
own blessing.
she seems like she opens up to me,
Okay.
and other people, especially Longshanks, can't really get much out of her. But maybe it's just that the right Longshank hasn't come along.
Oh, I could see what I could do, and again, Shalela's mercy knows no bounds.
I know sometimes it can be quite difficult to find just the right button to press.
You're so right.
Indeed.
Oh my goodness.
Right then.
And you broke Ben.
Is there a bar on the ship? Granted, I know the priestess here is probably looking for a couple fingers, but I'd definitely take 2 fingers of whiskey.
So as you say that, the captain who looks great. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a picture of him.
Nice. Oh, look at that guy.
Look at that! Look at that old salt.
Oh, he is
got a-
very salty.
Got a corncob pipe and everything.
And a button nose.
It's like
Yeah.
James Gandalf Feeney.
I like
That's
his big,
exactly
bushy
correct.
white beard.
And
Yeah.
he's got 3 feathers in his hat. That's how you know
And
he's
just
official.
Called it macaroni.
Just so you trust Brother Amenhai, this is what he looks like.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
He looks absolutely terrifying.
I would love to give him a hug in a dark alley.
I like how he doesn't have pupils.
I love the giant skull on the side of his head.
He looks like literally the undead necromancer from Baldur's Gate 3, like the spitting image.
Oh, right, he's
Except
a
he doesn't-
priest of Moor, isn't he?
Except he doesn't have a giant star carved in his face.
His robes are probably purple, too.
They look black and white to me.
Well, yes.
So as you say that you're looking for a bar, the captain climbs down off the forecastle and joins the rest of you.
What's a forecastle?
It's like the front of the boat where like the captain
With the-
regular like with the wheel.
Okay.
It's just after the 3 castle and before the 5 castle.
Should
You're
have known.
regular cut up on this ship. He climbs down and he says, I've never known a halfling that can handle his liquor, but you're welcome to it. And he offers you a tot of rum.
I'd take a tot or 2. A hot toddy.
Hey, take 2, they're small.
I will. So am I. I appreciate that, sir. And I hand him a crab cake.
Yeah, he does not recognize that you are handing him a crab cake because you're very short and he has already looked up and is watching something in the sky.
Right. Would you like a crab cake?
Yeah, no reaction. Like
Yes.
absolutely.
I'll look up
Absolutely
where he's
ignore it.
looking. What are we looking at?
Give me a perception test.
I'll give you 2.
Just reach over and
Just
take
one
the
is
crab
mine.
cake as you're offering it to the captain and eat it.
Yeah, I get distracted while looking for whatever he's looking at. That'll be 1 success level.
Oh, okay.
Woo, pass.
So Yeah, that's
pretty much a superhuman at this point.
So he's
Wait, is that a daggerfish?
maybe. Don't worry about
I'll
it.
stop looking at your screen.
Stop looking at my screen, maybe.
Yeah, cheater.
Yeah, filthy animal.
Filthy animal.
So the captain is looking. He sees an albatross and is kind of tracking it through the sky, muttering, "Bad omen."
Oh, gotcha. I couldn't remember. Are those good things or bad things to see before you ship off?
You don't tend to want to see anything of out of the ordinary.
That's a very big bird. I've heard their wingspan can be as much as 18 feet.
The bird isn't itself the problem. It's whatever the bird is running from.
Oh,
It's flying, though.
from what? Can I make a perception test to see if I see what it could be
Go
running
for it.
from? Oh man, another 97. Woo!
Yeah, clouds are fluffy and large.
And scary.
Yeah.
So
no
this
one likes clouds.
this Geherbenstout, that's like a real thing that people are worried
Oh,
about?
Gehemnisnacht is nothing to scoff at.
Really?
In fact, I'd just as soon not mention it before we ship off, especially with any kind of nods over to the albatross flying north.
Gotcha.
You won't make any friends on this vessel asking questions like that. What you will do is aid Brother Amenhai in his duties below decks.
Oh, listen, I can watch boxes all day. In fact, one of my favorite pastimes, similar to the nun, is watching a good box.
Just like assume that there was like a filter applied to everything that you said after the moment that you started saying it, like fade down into like a background noise, because he immediately goes like 10,000
Oh, really?
foot vacant distance as soon as you start talking again.
Well, all right.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, is the sane thing to do.
So
I
my,
like Ben as a GM. It's good.
it is actually real great. Yeah, I'll go about my day.
So the good brother, he comes out of the bunks. His shoulders are all loose. He's sweating significantly less than usual. Kind of, big sigh of relief of some sort.
A big sigh of release, you said?
Sure I did. He comes up to all of you, including
Bless you.
some of the crew.
Take two, they're small.
He comes up to all of you and he addresses the lot of you.
I follow him out.
Wait, did you hurt yourself sneezing?
I bit my cheek. Ouch.
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm gotta watch the thing.
Did you know albatrosses can live to be 50 fucking years old?
I did.
Are you looking up albatross?
No.
I'm
No,
looking up
it is albatross based what he's looking up, but it is
Are
very
you watching
graphic.
albatross porn?
It is
That's
albatross
why you
porn.
have to pay attention to what they're running from. They live a long time. They've seen some shit.
Right? And like they
They know
can
what they're doing.
fly without touching land for out of 50 years. They can go like out of that time for a total of 5 or 6 years with never touching land.
Excuse me, Chantrell, was it? I'm sorry. You seem like your mind is wandering. Please just pay close attention. I don't want to have to go over this
I'm
multiple.
sorry, I'm fascinated by birds.
Aren't we all?
Sister, I think she's hysterical. She keeps talking about birds.
Did you know they dance?
Wait, albatrosses dance?
They sure do.
But they don't touch land, sometimes for 5 or 6 years, someone said.
I have to be on the lookout for birds all of the time because you never know when a halfling will be carried away.
It's actually a kind of a frightening thing, especially with a wingspan of 18 feet. They can
you
pick
won't have
up
to
a
worry
child.
about birds in the hold because it's not open to the air.
I hate it.
Hey, this guy. Wait, who is that?
That's
Brother,
the
I'm
priest.
brother.
That's the
Oh,
I'm
priest
trying to
of
give them.
Moore.
I'm trying to give them vaguely distinct voices,
And
I
they're
don't know
very
how
good.
useful It is.
Creepy.
Yeah, well, it helps that I'm not tasked with giving them all voices and accents from roughly, the same 50 miles of terrain, none of which I have ever been to. That definitely helps.
That's
Half-long
fair.
points to is like tunic, and he's like, even though I'm one of the fighting cockerels, doesn't mean I like birds.
Well, What is a fighting cockerel?
You should know. He like holds up his liver and
Yeah, I thought it was a
symbol
sports,
of the moot.
thought it was a sports team. But
Looks
people
like
actually fight
like a
under that
rooster.
flag? Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
The fighting cocks.
That's a handsome-looking chook.
Esma,
Indeed.
Esma notices and doesn't say anything, but Marie, Marie notices and doesn't say anything, but Esma like nods her head vigorously and gives a dorky little salute.
Just have to double check that Half-Long wears red and green of the moot.
Blends right in.
Very Christmassy on the boat.
It really is.
Tie him to the mast.
I
Put a
actually
starfish on his head.
really appreciate that you're also playing a halfling, so I'll actually learn something about halflings.
Yeah, Randall Bottom Dollar seems like he more or less tries to inhabit whatever is the.
It's bottom decker,
Yep.
but I do more or
Sure it
less
is,
try.
partner.
Yeah, you just try to be whatever's around.
Hey, listen, I'm a salesman, right? You go into a place, you pretend like you listen to the sports ball or whatever, and
But
you...
it must be a relief talking to a halfling. You get to take off those stilts.
I didn't think that they were that noticeable. Yeah, there's risers in
Oh
there.
no,
Well, you
yeah,
have to hold on to the strings with your hands.
you're doing a
Pretty
straight
obvious.
DeSantis. It's awful.
What's that?
Never mind.
Just ride the mule and you'll be as tall as the long strings.
Well, that's actually normally what I do.
I'm pretty sure the mule is already in the cabin. I saw the
sure.
nun taking him down there.
I'm sure it's already
Presumably.
vomited numerous times as well.
Listen, he does not have his sea legs yet. That is for sure.
So the priest, the good brother Amenhai, gathers you all around and directs you toward the cargo hold. And he says, I know that you, and he's addressing members of the crew that have been there for a while. Uri and Svetlana, the couple who you are now seeing, as well as Esma and Marie. The rest of the crew is either not trusted or has more important duties to worry about. But he says, I know that you all know the drill, but for our new faces, as well as a reminder for people already here, please follow this process very carefully. And he ambles over and he dabs on his sweaty face with the red handkerchief again. Now, remember, you're being well paid to tend my precious cargo. Refresh them regularly with the incense and sing songs of mourning. Whether it's morning or night, I don't care.
Is that morning with a U or morning with a 2 R's?
Oh, that's a rather good joke. Do you mind if I... Excuse me, just a moment.
Oh, I just got it. I hate it, actually. That's really clever.
Excuse me, Mr. Bottom Deck.
That was
if you wouldn't
incredibly
mind,
clever.
I just need to... You're ruining
Yeah,
my
no,
train of
2
thought.
R's, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
No, those are actually really fantastic scribbles. You are definitely fake writing.
I can't actually read and write, so I've just heard that it's spelled differently.
No, I'm miming Brother Amenhai writing this material down
I also
for
can't
for
read
his
and write.
next
No, I'll...
more initiates of more stand-up night,
Gotcha.
presumably, which happens.
You know,
Everyone gets shore leave. It's a sacred practice, and you do what you want during it.
you have the face of an open micer. It makes a whole lot of sense, priest.
Can't just call people by their job.
So he then
What do you mean? That's literally what people do.
he then demonstrate. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something else to say?
No, we can move on.
He then demonstrates how to fill the censers with incense and to intone a few of the more common prayers to Moor.
Half-Long just rolls his eyes the whole time, like, ugh. Just
I
make him a pie or something.
I think I detected some sighs of boredom out there. Maybe I should repeat the whole process so everybody understands.
We
the
got it.
necessity of-
That stupid owl, I accidentally hit A and he explained the whole gosh dang thing to me again.
So this doesn't take too long, but this is the point at which so at this point we have entered what is referred to by sailfolk as First Dog Watch. This is between 4 and 6 p.m. And at this point, you are being taught by Brother Amenhai, who is explaining what will be done for the dead for this trip. He goes on to say, now I'll handle second dog watch, which is 6 to 8 p.m. For first watch, between 8 and 12 p.m., after one of you have had dinner, I would appreciate it if you would pitch in and watch my precious cargo while I freshen up and get myself something to eat as well. I believe Esma has agreed to volunteer for middle watch between 12 and 4 a.m.
Well, I could help with that.
I mean, if she's willing to do it in the middle of the night, let her do it.
Right, exactly.
She enthusiastically nods at you,
And I
a
could
smile
help.
on her face. Morning watch between 4 and 8. I believe Svetlana is going to be taking care of my cargo. One of the newcomers would watch for 8 to noon, forenoon watch. And then Yuri will be finishing off afternoon watch, which will bring us up to the next day. And depending on how everyone does, we'll see where we're at from there. So do I have any volunteers for 8 to 12 p.m. first watch?
I'll take that one.
Very good. Now, did you understand all my instructions?
I did indeed, and I think that I need a little bit help with the morning songs. If someone could tell me, is my pitch correct? I'm having a hard time with the acoustics in here. The Lord's my shepherd.
Yes, that will be
I'll
fine, thank you.
Lord.
Okay, that was not a song that I taught you just now. But I imagine that the dead will hear it with the right intonement.
It's the passion that's there.
It seems as though you are singing loud and strongly enough to wake the dead. I would do the opposite to keep them at bay.
That's literally the whole point of what he just taught us for the last
Wouldn't it be nice
18
though if they
hours.
could
whatever
come
it was.
back and then they could help sail the ship?
That's not how that works. They'll try to kill everybody, as far as I understand.
Are you sure?
Well,
No, but
yeah, I think, right, we're not supposed to treat all halflings like they're cooks. We can't treat all undead like they're murderers. Some might just want to play poker.
not from my experience.
Oh,
Well, I am a disciple of Moore, an initiate, and let me tell you, if the dead start rising, it's generally not for good purposes.
Exactly. See,
yeah, poker's illegal in a lot of cities. It's
So we
gambling
We
and
are
But
in
we're on the
international
sea.
waters, so we should be okay on that front. If you guys
Exactly.
wanted to have a game,
All right, good.
So should I be singing more like a lullaby tune to keep them asleep?
I think that would probably work.
I would probably sing the songs that I just taught you,
That's
not-
true.
Let's not get carried
and not
away.
ad lib. Listen, as a person who often goes to open mic night, I understand the need to improvise.
I just worry I'm off pitch a little.
That is a worry that you can keep to yourself.
I'm not used to being a cappella.
I don't know what that means.
oh, but just a moment, and I whip out a fife.
Eh,
Oh, wonderful. You should be on watch with me.
Fire with Esmer.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what? Are you
Uh,
choking?
Hey, he's gonna
None.
probably
He's choking.
Oh,
put your
Oh,
fingers in his mouth.
do you have lower abdominal discomfort? I can help you with that.
No, I feel
Hold on.
perfect. I feel
Let me.
fine.
No,
Please
no,
don't-
I'm just.
don't- I'm
oh,
fine.
I'm
You
just.
wouldn't mind
Loosen up your
waiting
belt.
I don't need your
until-
blasphemous magics.
I'm still trying to chart out which one of you will be.
Oh,
in
watching the
this
stiffs. If you
Yes.
want me to watch these stiffs, I can lend my healing hands. I am quite good.
Yeah, rigor mortis is already setting in.
It doesn't bother me one bit.
Just make sure you don't arouse the dead, and we'll be fine.
Okay.
Are we actually supposed to sing to them the whole time during our shift, or is it like you sing the song once and then you're good for?
I understood it was just praying. We have to sing?
Doctrines of more are more suggestions than actual doctrines. I like to, common rule of thumb is you sing to them once every hour and a half. I round it down to an hour.
Oh.
but
But
that's
we could
just
round up
me.
to 2.
Hey, listen, if you don't care about this cargo, I'll leave that on you. I will. I'll be cross if we get murdered by zombies, though.
I don't
Crosses,
but-
I think, keep them away, right? That's what you believe?
I don't understand the joke. You would not be welcome at open mic night.
Every hour and a half, got it.
Thank you.
I
Yes.
do not want any.
Just
restless
follow the
dead.
rules. I would have written them out, but I don't think anyone besides me knows how to read.
I do not.
I certainly don't either.
Do you have any donuts, by the way?
The food will be served when it is served.
Well, very good.
That is the ship's cook's purview.
Who are the cooks?
It is Rutger. He's a kindly old man. Don't be surprised by his taciturn and cool nature. He is really a sweet soul.
Is he a Longshanks human?
Oh yes, he hates halflings.
Oh, well,
Conversationally, I just figured I'd mention that.
I was going to say I feel like that was very progressive of the ship to not have a halfling cook, but I guess I won't be speaking with him
Yeah.
if he's that prejudiced.
I was kind of hoping for some good food, but that's kind of a
Unfortunately,
We'll
negative
be
lead to
getting
start out
filling
with.
food. He has promised what he describes as an exotic stew. I don't know what that means. I usually see all the meat that he brings on board. Apparently, he must have found some other source of meat recently.
That could
Not
mean anything.
sure. Yes, I'm excited to try it, honestly.
Maybe it's daggerfish.
Oh,
Anyway.
it could be daggerfish.
Who is having the first watch, 8 p.m. to 12 p.m.? That would be Chantrell, whose singing will wake the dead. Very good.
That's
So
Only
keep
me.
them asleep. Or dead.
And who would like forenoon watch? Sister, whatever the hell?
Yeah.
Sister Shaylin,
Yeah.
you will be responsible for taking charge of all these sailors
Not a problem. No one. Yes.
from 8 a.m. toward noon.
8 a.m. towards
So
noon.
get your beauty sleep. You will need it.
Oh, I just want to make sure that everyone on the ship is taken care of before I head in for the night. So.
I imagine they will be.
Okay.
Love it. This guy.
What am I basing that voice off of? I think it was the cook from The Emperor's New Groove.
Okay,
like
nice.
the diner woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
one with
great.
the aggressively Jewish accent. God bless you for coming out in public. Or like the from that one episode of Futurama, there's like the planet full of water people,
Yeah.
and one of them is like, I live to serve. I think that's what I'm doing. I think jowls and that voice just comes out.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a really nice turned down version of the like nice lady.
Yeah,
like,
pretty lady. And for memory's sake, he looks like this,
Oh,
so everyone can
yes.
remember.
Oh, yeah. Ah!
This is what has been talking to you for a while. Okay. So with that all out of the way, we can move onward. Let me vamp for me.
I was thinking maybe, Mr. Halfling, that maybe I should have bought more crab cakes if we were gonna have a Longshanks as a cook.
Do you have any more?
I have a couple more.
Could I please have one? They're quite good.
They are. The breadcrumbs that they use in these crab cakes alone are honestly worth the price of admission.
As soon as you say admission, the scent of crab cakes mixed with a sudden jolt of the ship cause you all to experience a certain nausea not uncommon to sailors. This is
no.
seasickness.
Oh yeah.
Everyone who doesn't have the sea legs talent or is an elf, they're apparently immune. Don't ask me, man. I
Fucking
don't
elves.
know.
They would be.
Must make a difficult endurance check. That is
Nice.
minus 10.
I am already fatigued from not being able to pick up those caskets correctly. But I've rolled a 1. So eat my
Wow.
dick, sea legs.
I can't roll anything tonight. That's a 79. That's a lot of negative success levels.
I also failed.
Like 4.
All right.
Oh, it's not looking good for me.
Is that
That's a failure, yeah.
cool? You can just say that in the future. I actually liked what you said.
So with fatigued and difficult, it's only 2 success levels.
That is plenty. Everybody else is has the symptoms of malaise and nausea
I know how to solve this.
until they pass a challenging endurance test once a day at sea until they pass. They are suffering from nausea and malaise. Go for Dan. Please go ahead and look up those conditions. Tell me what I should do.
Could I use a heal check to possibly heal these symptoms? I really feel like just excessive liquids in the lower abdomen would get rid of these
I'm
things.
going to say no because you also failed the check.
I did.
If you succeeded, I think you'd have a basis for saying I can help them.
Right.
But you are currently retching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so malaise is pretty nasty. Fatigued, that you can only remove when you have recovered from the illness. And like you said, we get a challenging endurance test every day for that. But this trip is only 10 hours, it sounds like. We've already
That's
done.
what Frederick
Alright.
said.
and then nausea, you're very sick and are prone to vomiting if you move around too quickly. Whenever you fail a test involving physical movement, your nausea overwhelms you and you vomit. You gain the stun condition, which represents you being sick repeatedly or dry heaving, depending on your current circumstances.
Pretty cool.
So I assume that would take effect like in combat if you fail an attack and you start vomiting.
Yep.
Fatigue is -10?
You don't
Yes,
get
to
fatigue.
everything.
It's malaise and nausea. I don't know what.
Okay.
Yeah, malaise makes you fatigued.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, so
it's
everybody's
just-
joined you.
And
That's
and
nice.
It's nice to have friends.
So I believe that would make you fatigued too.
I passed my test, though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Even with the fatigue.
I'm a baller and a bottom decker.
I haven't passed the test yet. I don't believe I've rolled below a 58.
You're saving them all up for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they'll really matter.
I'm a soldier. I'm waiting for combat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would help if you just framed all of these things as part of the combat?
Well, maybe. Life is one continuous combat, especially for a
It's
halfling.
true.
The fact that you are currently lurching from side to side and falling as the boat rocks leads credence to your argument that life is just just a fight all the time. Currently, you're fighting gravity and also wood and seas.
I'm just a halfling. Life is a nightmare.
You get smashed by a coffin. Absolutely bodied by a dead man.
oh my god.
So second dog watch. This is 6 to 8 p.m. Brother Amenhai shoos you all out of his precious cargo hold,
Mm-hmm.
and does the second dog watch on his own.
That's highly suspicious.
Is it dog watch or og watch?
dog watch.
Okay, I like that better.
Okay.
Og watch didn't make much sense to me.
How much
Oh,
sense
and dog
makes.
watch does.
Yeah. Listen,
All
it's
right.
fine. So
The
at
horses are done, so the dogs can watch.
That's what they say.
So what would each of you like to be doing during this time?
Probably sleeping. Is it the
During-
nighttime now?
Those 6 to 8 p.m., right?
It is 6 to 8 p.m.
I'll
Probably
have some
have-
dinner.
Dinner
Mm-hmm.
or supper.
Okay.
I forget which comes first.
I'll try to wingman Esmeralda a little bit for this other halfling fella here.
Ah, tap my finger.
Okay.
I will be treating sailors for muscle pain and arthritis of their hips.
I don't know what to make of that. I guess
I have a medical device that I have to insert.
As being GM for JB for almost 200 episodes, he makes it really hard to yes
I'm
and,
pretty
and I
good
just
at
ignore
that.
most of what
I'm
he says.
pretty good at it too.
It's fair to just let it go. Say, yeah, whatever.
I didn't think that this was what I was gonna have to,
I'm re-
moderate.
I'm really happy that I just came up with
Yeah,
this,
this
like
is very
on the
strong.
fly.
By the way, very strong,
Yeah.
very strong. And you have you know,
I have
could-
to
you could-
contend
yeah.
with Tim.
Randall Wingman over here, just yes-anding everything for you, teeing it up.
Yeah.
Horrible. Horrible and bad.
It's called being a good partner.
So
Randall Bottom Wingman.
Bottom decker is how it's pronounced,
so
which is when you poop in the regular part of the toilet.
it may not surprise you that the galley does not serve dinner on your schedule, but theirs, and it is not ready for you yet.
Ah.
When is it ready?
Friedrich says, "Oh, he usually serves it around 8.
Criminal. We'll be starving by then.
Oh, you'll be glad for that.
Only way to
It'll be
make
plenty-
it palatable.
It'll be plenty filling. Don't you worry about that. I know that you short folk have mighty appetites."
Yes. A hard day's work makes one very hungry.
What do you think they're going to be serving? Do you think it's probably just kind of unseasoned potatoes?
I was going to guess potatoes, yes.
I would imagine potatoes as well.
They keep a long time.
They do.
You can count on a hefty dose of salt with whatever's happening.
Yeah, it'll be borderline cured.
Isn't there that mystery meat too?
Salt? That's not a meat.
No, they were talking about in the stew. There's a mystery meat.
Mice votes for vole or weasel, and he picks up the cat.
That
I don't quite understand.
He usually just eats rats on the ship.
Oh,
Rats?
Oh, mice does. That's why we keep him around.
The mice eat the rats.
The cat eats the rat.
Oh, that makes more sense.
that's
We don't
why-
usually keep cats in the moot.
Well, we don't
They're
have all that
dangerous.
many rats. We do have voles, though.
Yes.
Moles as well.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep him straight?
Shrews,
Perhaps a groundhog or two. I don't,
Hedgehogs.
actually. I don't keep them at all.
weasels, fishers.
The
Badgers.
Fishers are kind of the best tasting cat that I've had, at least.
As you were all describing various rodents and or trying to pump the bilge of the various sailors aboard, you hear a bell.
Dinner bell? A
No.
dinner bell?
Oh, a second dinner bell.
A bell rings out from the forecastle where Captain Sigiswald calls for the anchor to be dropped.
What?
You hear the ship's bell being rung with urgency, and looking toward the poop deck, you see the captain calling for attention. There'd be little sense trying to make more headway tonight. Not under these conditions. If you care to look up, you recognize that the wind is unfavorable, and the boat has not been making much headway.
Sure.
So, consider me ignorant, but I just
Done.
thought boats kind of always moved. Can we actually, is that something you do? You can drop anchor in the middle of the sea?
I thought they
What
just
do you
kept
think
going.
the anchor's for?
Docking at like a marina or something?
That's what ropes are for.
Oh.
Nice
well.
try.
But we haven't been on the boats long.
You don't say.
Why, you would be aware if you're the captain who hired us, I guess.
So is this like a bad situation?
There's just no sense trying to move anymore tonight. Don't have favorable wind.
All right.
Might take us through to the morning to get to our destination.
Are we going to have to worry about like pirates or something rolling up?
I don't want to think about it until it's in front of me.
But wouldn't it stand to reason if we can't move, they can't either?
Well, or maybe they can come the other way, right? If we can't move that way, maybe they move twice as fast this way.
Take it from a captain. The thing to be most scared of right now is the storm itself.
What? There's a storm?
Well, yeah. This is the first I'm hearing of a storm.
It's clearly raining.
Again, not much of sea legs in the moot.
As long as we batten everything down. I've handled this. What? Excuse me. Do you have?
Are there hatches?
Do we need to batten down the hatches?
So you can't do the voice as well when you're smiling.
I was gonna
'cause your
say that.
cheeks are
It's
too
so
tight.
hard to say that.
You got tight cheeks.
Do we need to batten down the hatches?
We saw Ben's tight cheeks earlier.
Butt off.
His bruised tight cheeks.
Trim the sails, drop the anchor, batten the hatches, join me below decks. And the various crew members go about doing that while he tries to shoo you away from all the urgent action that you will almost certainly be in the way of.
Gotcha.
So it's at this point that Rutger, the ship's cook, announces that dinner is ready. So you may all congregate in the galley for some dinner.
Oh, very good.
So, can we just take a real quick moment and appreciate that JB did not latch on to the word belowing decks?
You did say they come the other way, and he looked at you very quickly.
Oh, that's what that was about. Gotcha.
It's honestly hard to keep track of all the looks that you give us.
Hey, wait, is there one
I
of
think
those?
some of them are just practice.
Is there one of those no bakes in there that I could, per chance, per try?
I don't believe so.
Did you eat the last no bake?
I did.
You're a son of a bitch.
You can have whatever else is in there. Though. There's a
But
slump
Danny's
in there.
having just
There's
a
a
tip.
what?
How do you
brownie
feel
in there.
about like taking a tight 5 for me to recover a bit?
Yeah,
we
please.
can
Let's
do that.
And that's when my balls descended. Anyway,
Oh, wait. Before we I have a birthday present for Dan. Right?
Oh.
So I'm gonna
happy birthday!
Dan's birthday's in April, but
My birthday's in 4 months.
I'm gonna hand this around the table, and then
The long way
Is there a reason
Yeah.
that I need to lick
yeah, it's pretty.
No.
It's pretty good.
Dan can.
I'm
I-
excited and worried.
it? Okay.
That's just a birthday present for Dan.
What is it?
Share with the camera, would you?
It's so good.
It's a
It's
character,
a gnome
it's a character
sticker.
model of
Dude, you paid almost
current
$5
character.
for this? That's ridiculous.
Happy birthday.
Listen,
Yeah.
all good bits are worth $20.
I
Yeah.
know, I
Be
gotta
fair.
find a good place to put it.
As someone that just bought 250 VHS tapes,
Your commitment to the bit, though, is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Thank you, JB. I appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem.
I was
You jerk.
on the way
You
up
filthy animal.
during the long car ride. I was listening to an episode of Behind the Bastards, and
yeah,
I don't remember what the conversation was where it came up, but they were talking about how boyfriends always have just really terrible taste in movies. They were talking about like Moneyball or something. I happen to think it was fine, but that's not the point.
fucking love Moneyball.
It's a great movie.
I'm not
And
I'm
one
not
of them-
sports people or
and
baseball
one of them
people.
made
Fucking
the
love that
argument that the only allowable boyfriend movie to have
movie. Moneyball, Wolf of
is-
Wall Street.
is a VHS tape of the original Tremors. Which is
Actually, never seen
that's
that.
a very strong argument.
Yeah.
So Lindsay
Yeah,
sent
that's
me
real
a
good.
screenshot of a Facebook Marketplace ad for it was $20 and it was 50 copies of Rush Hour 2 on VHS.
Oh, that's so
I see.
good.
Yeah.
and I was like,
Put
haha,
that
that's funny.
put that marketplace ad in a time capsule.
Ha ha ha. That's
gorgeous.
so funny.
So I messaged the guy and I'm like, yeah, I'll take 100. And then he's like, oh, also I have Austin Powers Gold Member on VHS and Lord of the Rings. And I was like, well, Lord of the Rings is the only one that our audience might actually like. Yeah, I'll take 100 of those too.
I kind of actually want one of the Lord of the Rings
Look,
just
I
to
don't
have.
remember this movie at a different angle and through a shaky camera at the entrance to the movie theater. That's so strange.
So yeah, I bought 100 copies of Rush Hour 2 on VHS. Factory sealed. 100 copies of the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, factory sealed, and 50 copies of Austin Powers Gold Member on VHS. The dude was literally on Center Street. He was around the corner from the studio. I just drove over. He's like,
I assume you only got 50 of the last one because they cut your credit after that point. They were like, yeah, the last two
credit limit,
purchases,
yeah.
we're just going to cut your credit limit in half.
I really like Austin Powers Gold Member. I think it's the best one of the trilogy. But have you ever heard anyone refer to Austin Powers as a trilogy before, by the way? But
I was going to say not a trilogy, but okay.
it's 3 movies.
Yeah, it's a trilogy.
Yeah, it's true.
One cohesive story. It's
Just
one
like,
epic.
Just like the Toy Story movies.
Well, there's
right?
more than 3 of those.
I know, that's the joke.
Oh, are there more than 3 Austin Powers movies?
No. I was referring to Elite Eight Showdown when Chuck put Toy Story on the best trilogy, and you're like, there's 4, dummy.
So
The one
one
problem
thing
I
Elite Eight
have
Showdown got
with
wrong.
Elite Eight Showdown. The one problem.
So we listened to that Christmas episode on the way to Everwinter, and I messaged Chuck, and I was like, dude, we're fucking laughing our asses off listening to this episode.
It's
He's
so
like,
funny.
He's like, yeah, we were in a great spot at the time. By the way, I was thinking about doing a comeback episode for your birthday. And I was like, oh, dope. Oh, you motherfucker.
Birthday in January.
Yeah. Piece of shit. I even said that. I was like, oh, that'd be great. And then I was like, God damn it, Chuck.
It's so good. I love that bit, though, that your birthday's in January.
Just the no selling that he does. No, my birthday's in June. Nope. It just continues.
He knows.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah, I assumed that all that was going in.
Am I doing some sort of intro, or are we just full sending it?
Yeah, continue. We're exactly where we left off.
Yeah.
Big old fuck it. All right.
Yeah.
That's a good intro. Is that any?
Yep.
Ah, fuck them.
Yeah. But tell us how you really feel, Chantrell.
Chantrell
I
just
said fuck them.
What really sells it is the way that you dig your thumbs into your belt loops when you do that.
I don't know where you
Puff
got
your
suspenders
chest
for
out.
3 seconds, but it was really good.
I say.
I say fuck 'em.
Foghorn Leghorn over here.
I'm
All
just
right.
a small town city hooker, but fuck 'em.
All right. So, we have passed first watch. We are now in second watch, and we have
Second dog watch.
second dog watch.
Can I pet that dog? Watch?
What that second dog watch doing?
Well, I'm gonna light the incense and wipe this sticky substance off the coffins.
Wait a sec. Are you even?
I think so. 8 to 12.
Shit, man. Are you really?
You actually wrote yours down?
Yeah.
Six to
wait.
8 is second dog watch. First watch is 8 to 12.
Okay.
What's
I'm
my
not
voice
doing any
again?
dog watches.
So you go down into the hold, and Brother Amenhai gives you the move along. You forgot what time meant. Go on.
I'm just so anxious. I've never had such a captive audience for my singing before.
I'm sure we're all waiting for that. But everyone is joining below decks in the galley, where, so this is right after the captain has ordered the anchor dropped. And what's going on? We good?
We heard a door open.
Doors.
It's probably just Jack.
Yes, Jack.
Just Jack.
He has just ordered the anchor to be dropped, so we will not be moving anymore tonight. And you assemble in the galley. It's cramped and shadowy. It's gloomily lit by flickering lanterns.
Ooh.
The rickety table is covered in a stained white cloth and is laid out with chipped crockery and glassware, though the cutlery, to your surprise, seems to be a fine set of silver knives, forks, and spoons.
Fancy.
Rutger, the cook, serves up bowls of stew made from beets and preserved meat. It is not mule meat, but it is tough and salty, and though it is filling, its provenance is rather obvious, as the occasionally bristly pig's ear or knuckle can be discerned in the stew.
Proper pork, then.
Yeah, that's actually pretty true. A good pig knuckle is worth the time.
2 in the bush.
Is 1 in the pig knuckle. That is right.
Or
I
take
haven't
two
had
'cause
a
they're
knuckle
small.
in my bush in a dog's age.
A second dog's age?
That
Can you
is-
say that on YouTube?
That's filthy.
That was a little over the line.
Oh,
Sister, I am sorry that she has.
My
Kind of-
virgin ears.
Your innocent
I-
ears shouldn't have to suffer such things.
Out of everyone here, your ears being virgin, I think would be. Let's move on.
The most surprising.
Yes.
Anyway, do you all consume the stew?
Of course.
Yes.
I hate that you asked the question, but you goddamn right I did.
And use the word consume.
The re-
Can I have seconds?
you may absolutely have seconds.
Very good.
The repast is fortifying, and those who join in can remove any fatigue condition
Consider
they
me
are suffering from.
Very good.
Wow.
fatigued.
Because you got 2 servings, you can remove 2 fatigue conditions.
Ooh, I was only fatigued 1, but now I'm not at all.
I don't even think it's something you can be double fatigued.
I feel very right.
You can. You can have multiple fatigued conditions.
Is that true?
They do stack, and it's very
'Cause
debilitating.
they're
Can-
small,
yeah.
so you can take.
Correct.
Could I eat the
Correct.
stew with the nausea?
It recently happened to a dragon on another show.
So thankfully, this stew is made with lily-livered landlubber
Oh.
stomachs in mind.
Oh, good.
That means lamb sauce.
And
It's a mint sauce, more of a
aside
mint
from
jelly.
disgusting tendons and bones that are occasionally passing your gullet, it's surprisingly tender.
Oh, all right then. I
Perfect.
will have the stew.
Yes.
It's actually a significant source of calcium. Drinking bones in a stew.
So during the meal, there's a little table talk. Everyone's kind of chatting. The only person missing is Brother Amenhai, who is currently down with the bodies.
I tried to sit next to Esme.
She's perfectly cordial to you. Oh, please, right next to me, if you would.
It's very adequate.
So tell me, Mr. Halfling, about how you saved that village from all of those robbers.
Yes, they call me half-long.
That's right.
Because I'm a halfling,
Uh-huh.
but I fight like a longshanks.
That's right. Like a cat. Well, no. Okay. But yeah.
He tries to, flex.
Look at that.
His strength is 26, so, not bad for a halfling. It's actually pretty high.
That's literally 50% stronger than I am, ladies. Look at that guy.
Ooh. Don't often see that many of my kin with that kind of musculature.
Yes, it's from constant drilling and training in the sword.
Though not on the high seas, I take it. I saw you wobbling around earlier.
Well, I don't have... They might not be long, but I haven't got my sea legs yet.
Oh, no trouble at all. I myself took quite a number of difficult journeys before I really got used to it.
It's quite a bit different than the rolling hills of the moot.
And Murray kind of elbows her and whispers something, and Esma blushes and says, "Don't tell him that."
Oh,
Oh, we're telling secrets.
secrets don't make friends.
Fast friends, fast secrets. What do you got going on?
Well, Frederick starts up. Well, I don't know about secrets, but seeing as how the night of mystery is upon us, does anyone have any stories of restless spirits?
Restless spirits. Yeah, one time I got in an elevator, right? I had
The captain interrupts you with a loud clatter of silverware as he brings his fist down on the table. Putting some foley there.
I did have a friend once that met a lady who wanted to use an ovipositor. Do you know what one of those are?
So the captain, thankfully, did not hear what you said because of the clutter of silverware when he pounded his fist down.
Oh,
And then he
gee whiz.
says, he's clearly upset with Frederick, and he says, "Don't make light of the unquiet dead boy. Something I'll never forget until my dying day. I was taking a moonlit watch when I felt the chilly dread come over me. I thought I heard something, but knew it was just me and the sickly light of Morsleb for company. Brother Amenhai just calls him Sleb.
Sleb.
Over the railing I saw a dripping sailor climb in tattered clothes and of ghostly aspect. I was frozen in terror. It took the wheel beside me as if it were its turn to guide the ship safely through the long dark night. It stayed there until morning and slipped back over the rail into the mist without a sound, leaving naught but bony wet footprints upon the deck." The cabin boy is staring, eyes wide like saucers, chin dropped. Of course, no one believed me. They thought I'd been at the rum again. And I was. But I asked about it. And I heard that when a ship crosses the place a sailor was lost at sea, they like to climb back aboard and continue what they were doing before. Puts them at peace. So I do believe in spirits. Well, since then anyway.
So you're saying that sailors that have been lost at sea climb back on ships to just work?
Of course.
And that puts them at rest.
I could tell any number of hair-raising yarns that would make your halfling balls shrivel up and go right back inside your sternum.
But are any of them true?
Of course they're true.
Do human balls come from the sternum, or is that just halfling?
I have no idea. Well, there was a time I could have sworn there was some vampire climbing in through my window since we live so close to Sylvania, but it turns out it was just a dream caused by a bit of cheese I'd had that night that had gone a little bad.
Never,
Oh, it was probably good cheese, though, right?
never trust a halfling on the cheese.
Well, blue cheese is one thing, but sometimes when cheese goes moldy, you still shouldn't
So
eat it.
nice and veiny is when you see the spirits.
Oh, you're
Forgot to
gonna
cut it
get
off.
the good sister here all riled up. Be careful when you're talking about veins.
So after his explanation, everyone continues talking in more muted tones. Nobody mentions spirits again.
We actually talk a lot in muted tones.
Moodish tones, even.
Oh, yeah, that would be the better way to say it.
Ishbay for inner bay.
Captain Sigiswald
Was doing math in my head. Sorry.
kind of bends down to like ask a question to Marie, and Marie kind of just gives a hair flip and a shrug, and he's just like, okay, whatever.
Oh no, actually should have been Orc Bay for inner bay.
Gotcha. Ookies K. Hat Tay. Ooklay. Iklay. Ick days.
Now, please save your prayers for more when you're below decks, if you don't mind.
So Moodish is described in one of the books as sounding a lot like Pig Latin.
Wait, really?
I am not surprised at all.
It's so good.
That's actually pretty stellar.
Do any of you want to strike up conversation with anyone who is gathered here, or are we good to close out dinner?
I want to talk to the married couple.
Oh, yeah.
Uri and Svetlana, you don't know much about them. They've been noticeably, they prefer their own company. They, private in their own room, but they well met.
Are they so in love?
We don't like to make a public nuisance of it all, but if I wasn't watching this dame, she'd have been overboard long ago. Yeah, and if I wasn't watching this lummox, he'd probably got a cannonball through his chest the first time I look around.
That's so romantic.
It really is.
It's true love. You can't help it.
I can't tell you the last time I had someone looking out to see if I had a cannonball going through my chest.
Well, it's not a glamorous work working on a boat, but it is steady. Everybody needs trade goods moved back and forth, and there are opportunities there if you find them. And the captain was kind enough to give us our own cabin, so we have relative privacy.
Wait, you two are related?
We're married.
What the hell's privacy?
Y'all don't just live in the same hole in the ground?
Uri looks down at Marie and asks a question under his breath, and Marie just shrugs and no.
I shared a room with 14 brothers and sisters.
14. In the same room?
Yes, the rest were in another room.
Oh. God damn it. But that's something of kind of the high life on the seas, is it not? Having your own private room?
Well,
It's just you and the captain, I'd have to imagine.
make a perception check.
No. That'll be -2 success level.
Svetlana sort of blushes a little bit, and Uri kind of says, We done our work for long enough that we're afforded some creature comforts.
That's actually really nice. That's a good showing of the captain, that you put in the work and you get rewarded.
They sort of nod amicably and, inquire about your business.
I sell pedals. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pedals to a bike? No. I actually take flowers, I take the petals off, I put them sometimes in water, sometimes in a dry press, sometimes in a whole manner of things, and then I sell those pedals. I peddle them pedals.
Wow, you really left me nowhere to go with that.
But perhaps if you're looking to spruce up your room, you could grab some of these dry petals here of the sunflower, of the daisy.
Oh, let's not talk about our private lodgings anymore. You're making the lady blush.
Oh, I meant no offense. I just figured it would be a nice gift for a lovely lady.
You just keep your mind about your business. Then, woman.
They're only 3 silver each. I'm not gonna offer a better deal.
She tries to shut you up. Let's talk about it after we dock at shore, okay?
Oh, that's fair, but the market might be hot by then. When we get to the shore, there's gonna be a bunch of people looking for my pedals.
So many people.
Noted.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else want to chat up anyone?
Is anybody else looking uncomfortable or sweaty?
Uri and Lana are certainly uncomfortable after that shellacking of a conversation. That verbal siege that they were under.
Again, I am there to help. And any sailors that may feel some uncomfortableness from being out at sea, kind of like we do, right? I will give them some. I think that they would need some expiations. So if needed, I can go and help them do some expectations of
Obliterations.
obliterations.
Svetlana actually goes like, well, actually, I don't feel... And then Uri's like, we're fine. We're fine, thank you very much.
Okay. I know that you are some of the wee folk, so it's...
Nope, not them.
Okay.
Esmer and Marie
Cut him right off.
are halflings.
Wrong. That's
Uri
okay.
and Svetlana are a married couple who are humans and taller than you.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So you
That
don't
means
even
you don't
need
have to reach
you don't
up
even,
as far.
Yeah, don't even need to get down on your knees to talk to them.
Oh, my apologies. I usually go to my knees for my my praying, so I could see how that would be not great here.
Snorri kind of scoffs and he's like, "Yeah, we know."
I would like to try to get to know Esme a little bit better.
Sure. But where are you hoping to go once you finish this job?
No, but wherever the winds take me.
You don't have much for sea legs, so I'm a bit surprised that you would even take this position.
Maybe not on a boat again, but again, like you said, it took a few voyages to really get used to it, and I'm sure I would be able to as well.
Are you sure that are you perhaps just hoping for more work of kind you're used to once we dock at Dietershofen? Did you just come in? Are you just trying to get a little extra coin in tandem with a free ride?
No, not so much.
There's no shame in it. We've known many people who come and do piecemeal work while getting carried from place to place. It's just the way the seas work.
Well, I wouldn't call it a free ride. I'm here to fight, and so far there just hasn't been anything to fight yet.
Well,
It's
fingers crossed.
It's a good gig, though. Instead of paying for travel, being paid to travel is kind of the place to be.
I would agree. But no, I would imagine that for wherever the empire, the old world needs a hand that is trained with the sword, maybe to Ehrengrad or somewhere along the coast, maybe Salzenmund.
Oh, I've never been.
They call it the city of salt and silver.
don't know much about salt, but silver sounds like a fine bit of enterprise there.
I'd have to assume you know a little about salt. We ate the same stew.
That's true. And although it was very salty, I am seeing no less than probably 2 heaping tablespoons of what look like just salt at the bottom of my bowl.
It is pretty gritty.
It's good for you.
It's amazing how much.
Sorry, Rutger. He's tender about his cooking.
Oh yes,
I
it
mean,
was delicious.
It was. It was
It's a
very
bit
good.
bland, but sailors are used to much worse.
I don't know much about cooking, but I know this was food.
A halfling that doesn't know much about cooking.
No, not a thing.
Me neither.
Amazing. What do you do on the boat then?
Defy stereotypes, good sir.
Same as me as well.
It's like a match made in the moot.
You know, halflings actually are not bad on the seas. It's lower center of gravity. We're less prone to seas. I know this doesn't sound true to you, given your recent difficulties. And she's talking very condescending to you for some reason. I don't know why.
It's hard to talk down when you're at eye level.
But you know, halflings are natural sailors. If you give them a chance.
Yes, it's not so bad so far.
Not so good at hauling coffins, though.
Nope, not
That's
of.
A heavier
Longshanks.
cargo than we tend to take on.
Yes, if you had a halfling in there, the 2 of us would have been just fine. But these longshanks are just unwieldy.
You know, to your credit, I think that was mostly on my end. You are a big, large, strapping, strong halfling, and I just wasn't carrying my side of the burden.
You did drop it on yourself.
I did. My toe is still purple.
I would imagine. Don't mention that to.
I forgot her
Shaylin.
name, too.
I had
But
to
I-
think because I used to have a coworker with that name.
I attempted to tell her about it, and she just started licking her lips, and I kind of just walked away.
Don't let her anywhere near your toes.
Tell me about it. The thing is, we're halflings. They're out all the time. She can just see it.
You always have your dogs out.
It is
My
very
dogs-
purple.
I am raw dogging on a regular basis.
I don't know why it's raw doggy in that voice.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
That was good.
So, so dinner finishes up, and we're now entering what is known as First Watch, which I believe
Is after the second dog watch.
that's true. Chantrell has now assumed the capacity
Position.
of the. No, that would be Shaylin. So Chantrell has graciously offered to wake the dead with her singing during First Watch. Brother Amenhai hands off his ceremonial candles and censers and and says, "Thank you very much for offering to do this. I know this is above and beyond what you are expected to do on this trip, but I really do appreciate it.
It's truly an honor.
Just make sure they don't move around too much."
So creepy.
And he sidles past you and maybe lingers just a little too long on the sidle and inhales deeply and continues on his way.
Is this guy JB?
That's both,
Wiping his jowls with his red handkerchief the
my
whole time.
goodness.
I'm sorry, JB, I love you.
That was good.
that's both flattering and deeply disturbing.
However the rest of you want to behave is up to you. I guess I will. Let's start with Chantrell.
Okay.
How does she go about her duties?
I think first I'll do a quick run through
Of your material?
of just walking and checking.
Gonna
all
do
of
a
the
tight 5 on
coffins.
cancel culture, and we'll see where we end up.
I'll just check to make sure the coffins are secure with my candle, my incense, and then I will begin singing them.
You're checking to see if the what are they called? The
Candles.
The coffins.
The
You're
coffins.
checking to see if the coffins are secure?
Yes, the cargo. It must all be in ship shape.
Sure. Can you give me a perception check?
You bet your sweet ass I can.
Those are metal dice.
That's
That was
27.
aggressive.
Oh, sweet. How
Have
many
you met her?
success
That's
levels?
1 success level.
Very nice. So, you do recognize that one of the coffins is quite a bit more ornate than the other ones.
Ooh, schmancer.
It is, let's see. The lid is firmly nailed down, just like the others, but it is much fancier looking. As if it had more care taken in choosing it, maybe out of respect for the contents. But there is no notion of what could be inside it, given that it is nailed down. It smells of incense, just like all the other ones.
Well, I hope there's a body inside.
Yeah. So what you choose to do with that information is up to you.
Interesting. Gonna like rub it a little bit.
Yep. Feels like wood.
Just like the sister herself would say.
She is the expert.
Gonna make my rounds. Then I'm gonna start up with a song.
And I assume we're not going to be chanting the prayers that
Of course not.
the brother said. No, just kind of whatever hits the brain.
It's gonna Up from the bottom to the top.
I really wish Tim was taking a drink right
I
then.
did too. So good.
That was really good.
That's so wet. That's so wet.
A famous ship shanty.
Yes.
To be true.
Got it. Wet and gushy.
Even JB looks disturbed.
That's how I know I've done my job.
All right.
So good.
Let me know if you have anything else to do with those dead people. How is everybody else using the time? Again, this is 8 to 12 p.m. I don't know what your bedtimes are, but you are more than welcome to turn in whenever. Your services are not needed as of now.
I am certainly going to try to get another couple fingers from the captain, and then I will turn in for an early night.
Sure. So he is kind of overseeing the operation, although they aren't currently moving. He is, making sure that the bosun is checking to make sure everything is shipshape. Making sure that Frederick is helping Rutger clean in the galley.
Yeah.
He's just kind of overseeing everything, but he does have an abundance of time where he's not doing much because the ship is stalled.
I'm actually really concerned and also intrigued by his ghost stories before. If I can make those lips a little looser and get more of those stories, I certainly would like that opportunity.
So you're going to try to ply him with his own liquor.
Well, and also I would like to ply myself with said liquor.
Yeah. Let's take one step at a time.
Oh, fair.
So
That's-
we're gonna start off with some sort of test to see if you can wrest some of his rum from him.
I will use an entertained storytelling test here,
All right.
as I do
Tell a ghost story.
tell a good story. That will be 2 success levels. It may or may not surprise you, but my entertained storytelling is a 53.
Wow.
Yeah. So he does not particularly want to hear ghost stories.
Oh, I'm telling him leading stories to make him think about ghost stories that aren't actually ghost stories.
All right. So you're getting a little coy with it.
Yes.
You're-
Much like the fish.
You're talking about like not spirits per se, but like
Spirit adjacent.
yeah, like families that whose ancestors shaped their their prominence.
Correct.
People with a long bloodline of sorts, and maybe stories relating to that.
The old long bloods, I call them.
Sure you do. Long shanks and long bloods.
Mm-hmm.
Captain's got both in prominence, both blood and shanks, as well as rum, which he is willing to share a tot of with you.
I would take a tittle of a
What's
tot.
a tot of with you? All right. Yeah, it tastes like sailor's rum.
Ah, there we go.
It's pretty rough, but that is what's expected.
Mhm.
And I've started taking on your talking characteristics.
It is something that absolutely delights me.
All right, so you managed to relieve him of some of his booze.
No, okay, yes, of the booze, yes.
Yes.
Not in the way that
Okay.
the sister
So,
relieves
yep,
people.
very well. No, I'm right there with you. Thanks for explaining it.
Mhm.
Now,
Because she has sex with
how
me.
about you do another? Give me one more test. See if you can charm. I think is the right one here.
Charm, oddly enough, is better than my... Oh, nope, it's the same exact number as my storytelling, and that will be 0 positive success levels.
So he doesn't take offense, but he does not feel comfortable sharing anything more. I know you're a landlubber, so you don't understand the significance, but we don't make light of Morsleb or ghost stories on Geheimnis Nacht, especially.
Well, listen, while I can't pronounce it, I am treating it with probably significantly more severity than most people would expect from me.
I certainly didn't expect any, so that seems true.
Listen, I'm good at defying people's expectations.
Mission accomplished. Just keep your just work on keeping your lunch down and make sure that that rum doesn't hit you too hard. But
I'm actually hoping it's going to help me sleep a little bit, as we don't exactly have cabins to lock. I am a little nervous about the eve that we are on, so anything to help the night go quicker seems like it would be the right call.
oh, you don't have to worry about the others in the hold. The others in the bunks. I've known many of them. I've known all of them for long enough that I know that they wouldn't try anything, except for maybe you and the other folk who just signed on. But they're good folk. They're not going to mess with you. If anyone's going to mess, I would expect it either from in the cargo hold or over decks. But between the cargo hold and the storm itself, I don't see any problems. This here's a stable ship.
All right, that does make me feel a little better. I appreciate your time.
And I appreciate your appreciation of fine rum.
I do appreciate
Takes another tot and does not offer any more to you.
any rum.
Nope.
I'm just saying I appreciate
Nope.
it.
No more rum.
Yep, no,
Stop asking for it.
Okay, I never asked directly.
Just shut up already.
Can I interest you
Easy
in
guy.
some pedals?
Or crab cakes.
Yeah, you're pedaling for two now. I'm going to go ahead and move along to...
Because JB has to be involved at some
So
point, right?
what is the nun at? What does Sister Shaylin occupy herself in these in the evening hours when people are?
I think you mean what's occupying in Shane.
No. Let's let him make the joke.
Right. All the sailors are sleeping like they've never slept.
They're definitely
Before.
still working.
They are so peaceful that none of them have any jitters. Right? None of them are nervous.
Currently helping out with the various tasks of his ship.
Right.
None of them are sleeping yet.
Oh. None of them have anxiety.
I take it back.
Right.
Esma and Marie and Svetlana and Ori have retired for the night because half of those pairings do have to take a watch in the morning.
That's right. That's right.
So they're trying in for the night.
Okay. I just, again, go around. I make my rounds. I make sure that everyone's, nobody's complaining about any muscle fatigue, right?
Yeah, you seem very particular about muscle fatigue.
Yeah. No one has any does anyone need any aches and pains soothed? I'm really good about that. I've got healing hands.
I think no one is really offering that. You are a unknown.
Oh, I'm
quantity.
offering.
No. No one is gonna take you up on that. You are
No,
an
no one
unknown
has sore
quantity.
muscles.
No,
I could just work out that kink. No,
I'm sure you could.
a lot of no kinks on here. Huh?
Are you targeting anyone? Are you soliciting any particular person on this
I am
show?
targeting everyone
That doesn't help
from
me narrow
top
it
to
down
bottom
for a decent narrative.
and bottoms to top.
Yeah.
Middle out.
As I said, Uri and Svetlana, Esma and Marie, they're all sleeping.
Okay.
Frederick is nowhere to be seen. Snorri is a sour dwarf who doesn't want to talk to you. Pierre is a sour man who doesn't want to talk to you. Rutger is probably swearing as he's cleaning his ship's his
His
cook's-
instrument.
his cook's instruments,
Oh,
ladles and the like.
does he need help cleaning his instruments or no?
He got so excited at that.
You're welcome to ask.
Oh, I shall. I'm here to help.
Well, yeah.
So how are you? How are you offering?
Oh, fine cook, with your salty meat in my mouth from earlier. I see that you're having a little bit of difficulty getting the last stain out of that out of your wooden cooking spoons. Do you need help with that?
Give me a. I don't want to just say charm test again, but this feels appropriate.
Let's see.
What else you got?
Maybe I could get down on my knees and pray.
I don't think it's gonna go well, but you're welcome to try.
Oh, you know
Who
what?
invited this guy?
Okay, yeah, sure. That's what I'll do.
All right, go ahead. Give me
All
a
right.
prayer test.
Ooh, my prayer is pretty good, and yeah, 0.5. So 5 degrees of success.
Wow. Okay, so because you are not directly interacting with him, when you start humming a little ditty,
Yeah.
give him a hummer, and
Mm-mm.
you okay, Tim?
That was good.
And he kind of like looks over at you as though he wants to scowl or tell you off, and then he says, D minor.
Okay.
And if you adjust to the key that he requests, he seems not displeased by the additional entertainment as he finishes cleaning the
Okay. All right. If needed, I could definitely reach around him and help him like clean that thing, kind of like ghost style.
You know, without talking to you, which is probably how they're all going to interact with you, he does make it known that you should do no more than you are currently doing.
Okay.
He's a genius.
All right.
A savant, really.
Yes.
If you had gone for the reach around and referenced the movie Ghost when you were talking to the captain, that would have been maybe a good way to...
That's my bad. That's
Yeah.
on me. I
I thought
fucked
he's
up.
referencing the movie Waiting. With Ghost.
Okay. What's the
For
soldier?
Ben.
What's the soldier up to? What's half long? Is he half long Shanks or Shanks long half? Who's to say? Probably not him.
What was the name given to me by
Oh, no one's asking you that. What is what are you up to?
On decks trying to get my sea legs, just kind of watching the moons.
All right, so you're on the decks. Fiorella, I think her name was.
The first mate?
Fiorella, the first mate. She does not like you getting in her way, but assuming you do not get directly in her way, she is fine just moving around you.
I'm trying not to know. I am walking about, looking at the moons, trying to understand the human obsession with this Morse lib, as they call it.
Very good, very good. There does not seem to be anything anything more than what the captain reported earlier. There is a storm. The winds aren't favorable. They had to drop anchor, but there does not seem to be any problem outside at the moment.
Oh yes, I'm not a fan of the rain. I do try to stay
So
away from that.
you're just stoic on the deck. I assume fists on your hips, staring defiantly at the moon, like daring it to step out of line.
Hand on my sword, just in case.
Sure.
Always ready.
Yes.
Be prepared.
How long is that sword?
It's a long sword for a halfling.
About half long.
Yes.
Okay. Good stuff.
A human would probably call it a short sword.
Yes. Fiorella just continues being able to move around you. Every so often, she'll notice that you are staring unblinking at the sky and just kind of stand there for a second, seeing if you are going to blink, and you don't, and she continues working around you.
As a halfling and being much more predisposed to not be affected by this chaos moon, as it's sometimes called, I find it strange how much people are just enamored with it. So I'm just looking at it, trying to figure out why.
I'm assuming that you are saying all of this out loud, but not to anyone.
Correct.
Yes. Very
To
good.
The sea.
Yep. Everyone's giving you a wide berth, but you're not hurting anyone, so...
Everything has that tinge of green tonight. It reminds me of the rolling hills of the moot. With the green grass, but it's the water that's reflecting the green light of the moon.
And no one's asking you this, but you definitely assume that someone's curious of how you would describe the rolling green grass of the moon. And
It's like the waves of the wind would blow through the grass
no one
across
asked,
the hills.
but that's what you start talking about.
I almost miss it, but I don't. Because I'm out here trying to prove halfling's worth more than just a cook.
I skipped over this earlier. Chantrell,
Yes.
as you were walking down to the hold, can you give me another endurance test to see if the dead flesh, spilled ale, stagnant brine, and pungent incense cause you to succumb to seasickness again?
Seasickness.
Did it go good?
So this was a difficult test, yeah?
This one's I'm gonna go average.
Average.
Ooh,
Challenging.
plus 20.
Plus 0?
Challenging, whatever.
Oh, that's very different.
Well, have you know my toughness is a 26 and I
Yeah.
rolled a 15.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm keeping that salty stew right in. Once it's swallowed, it never comes back up.
So as you approach, you are not deafened by the sounds of self-ralphing. You are, in fact, able to hear some soft singing from Brother Amenhai in the cargo hold. If you wish, you can interrupt him, or you can try to listen closely without alerting him to your presence.
I think I will listen closely.
Sure. Can you please give me a stealth test? I get to roll a die.
Achoo!
Nice. What'd you roll?
I only failed by 4.
Okay.
Is it even a negative success level?
No.
Well, he failed by like 3 success levels. So you sneeze in tune with his staccato chanting.
What's
Which,
a staccato with you?
what's a staccato with me?
Body, yada, 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 yada.
And you realize that he is not singing a prayer or two more. He is instead singing the following words. She sells seashells on the seashore until Sharky caught her selling. Now she sells no more, and she's lying silently on the shelly sea floor.
Is that what it says in the book?
Yep.
So good. He's giving me shit.
So it does not seem like it does not seem like he's singing the correct prayers to Moore for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Anyway, Don't know if you wanted to ask him about that or if you wanted to keep it to yourself or to someone else. Up to you.
I think I'll keep this to myself.
Keep that one under your hat. Who went to sleep? I believe it was
Randall Bottom Decker.
the Decker. It's the Decker. Currently, we've got Random Bottom Decker. Probably mangling all the hammocks into a more comfortable hammock for himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shaylin is assuming the position in the galley. Chantrell is with the bodies. And Halflong is staring unblinking into the light of the moon. Very good.
It's very green.
I would like the sleeping. Are you sleeping? Or are you kind of resting? What are we? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I would like to fall asleep.
Okay. Let me ask you. Actually, is anyone else going to join him in heading to sleep, or are you going to stand outside for 4 hours?
I'll climb in the same hammock.
Very good.
No,
We are both very small.
that is accurate. But
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is occupied.
And because
I was here first.
there are
I will
also
get my own
two
hammock.
halflings on staff, so they absolutely have halfling-sized hammocks, and you probably already took one. So,
I'll gladly share one with Desmay then.
Actually, I took two. And they're small.
yes, very good. What am
You're
I
up,
doing
Des.
here?
What's that?
Nothing.
But yes, it is my intent to go to sleep early and often.
Okay. How about the sister Shaylin?
Yeah, after I clean up,
Yes.
make sure that
Yep.
I
Wash your face.
Yep.
Yep.
I will.
Listerine. Very good.
I will take a bunk myself,
Very
right?
good.
Again, all work and no play.
Fine. Why don't you all make a hard perception test, the three of you? Chantrell naturally does not get one, not because she's elsewhere, but because she is singing really, really loud.
Hard.
I made it by 1. I finally passed the test.
I got a -2 success levels.
You are deaf to the sounds of someone off-key belting imagined prayers below
Oh my
decks.
goodness.
Consider it done.
0 positive success levels.
My perception is a 29. Hard is -20. But that doesn't matter because I rolled a 6.
Oh, it was hard. I missed that.
Oh, -4 success levels is what I meant.
It was hard. Wait, so you passed?
It was hard, huh?
Yeah.
Negative
How
2.
hard was it?
All right, I'm just going to say that.
Was it? It was just hard, right? Not
wake
very
up-
hard.
You wake up to the sounds
Oh,
of someone moaning outside of
oh my
the
goodness!
outside of the
Someone
by
is
the
getting
bunks.
Shayla's mercy without my help. Oh, all right.
So glad this is the
I-
check you decided to pass.
I do have a quick prayer thanking Shayla for her mercies being given upon upon whoever is needing her help at this moment.
So the moaning continues outside the door.
Great.
Back to sleep. What are you doing?
Oh, no, I listen.
Okay, you glue your ear to the cabin door like a perv. Like a perv rubbing one out outside a bedroom door.
No, nobody said that.
Oh, I think it's pretty clear what she meant.
Who's getting Shayla's compassion here?
I think
Yeah.
it was the hand motions you made when you were talking about praying like that. I was like, dude, that's aggressive. A whole fist, huh?
The two of you go ahead and make another hard perception test because the moaning is continuing for quite a while.
Well, that's a 93.
Try one more time. They're
Okay.
small.
Hard. Nope, that's a 54.
Try one more time.
I missed the tower.
That one's only a -1.
56.
Tough
Nope.
stuff. All right.
Oh my goodness.
So only her that recognizes
That's-
the moaning outside the door.
Hard, I need a
They
20.
must be curing their insomnia This is going on for quite a while.
Yeah, it's going on for quite a while.
Oh my
Is it
goodness.
just a married couple?
No, he said quite a while.
Good one. Can't even be mad. But I will be. Look, man, you're the one perving at the door. You tell me how this ends.
No, after a while,
Crocodile.
maybe I'll give a knock and see if they need any assistance. How about that? Yeah, that sounds good. I will offer my assistance with a kindly knock.
So
It seems to be taking quite a while, so they may need someone to help them finish.
So, as you knock, you hear quick footsteps followed by silence.
Oh, I'm so good at my job. I help them finish right away. This is great.
Through the door.
Through the door. Oh, thank you, Layla.
Thanks, Shalala. Appreciate it.
Maybe I'll peek my head and be like, "Hey, just making sure everything's okay in here."
So,
Good.
so you're poking your head out
Yeah.
into like the hallway where the moaning was coming
Oh
from?
yeah, it was coming from the hallway. Great. Yeah.
Okay. So, give me a perception test.
Okay. All right.
Challenging.
Challenging. Oh man. 85 doesn't look very great. No, 85 says no.
All right. Whoever was here is no longer here. You do not see hide nor hair of whatever was making the moaning noises.
Normally I would just follow my nose, but I understand that maybe they're really good and they don't need any more blessings upon them tonight. So I will go back to my bunk and just a few more quick prayers for myself this time.
Yeah.
To put myself
You
to
got to
sleep.
take care of yourself. I get
Right.
it.
Self-care.
Very important.
Okay.
I think it's dope you're capable of multiple prayers.
Super dope.
He did say he
Super dope.
was very good at praying.
That's
Requires
right.
a lot of exercise in order to get that good at it.
Spent a lot of experience on it.
Very experienced woman, this one.
It helps ward off the nightmares.
Been around the monastery a few times. I can't stop doing it now. It's your fault.
Yes, it is.
It's a good one. Okay.
You may remember me from such podcasts.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. All right. So, as it grows closer to midnight, I'd like Chantrell to make a perception test
That's you.
Happy to do it.
as she exits the cargo hold. Average, please.
Average. Wonderful. I got 2 success levels.
Okay, you see something moving furtively in the darkest corner of the room right outside the cargo hold.
I'm furtively.
Going to inspect.
Get a little closer, and whatever is there suddenly stops dead in its tracks.
Gonna get.
You see a swish of a rat-like tail.
Ugh.
What do you want to do?
How big is this thing? Like a rat?
You can only see a rat-like tail behind a box. Or a barrel. Whatever. Choose one.
Box-shaped barrel.
That's the one.
I don't know.
It's a ship thing. You wouldn't get it.
I'm going to let the cat know that there's a rat down here.
Funny you should mention it. Suddenly, Mize leaps out of the darkness and deposits a dead rodent at your feet.
Ah!
And then saunters up, tail off, and back on patrol.
Thank you, I think.
Yep.
This is disgusting.
Yep. What do you want to do with it? It's for you. It's a gift.
I'll pick it up by the tail.
Okay. You gonna finish it?
No, I think I'll give it to the cook.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
You know, I know it's slim pickings on this 10-hour voyage.
All right. The curiously well relaxed cook is comfortably lounging, cigarette still on his lips, in his bunk. So you can leave the rodent, wherever it'll be noticed.
I'll just drop it outside of
He's gonna love it.
area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plop.
There you go.
All right.
Can't wait to have that for breakfast.
Do any of you want to what's
What a regifter.
it is going to be middle watch soon, which is 12 to 4 a.m. Would you all like to continue sleeping, or do you keep other kind of schedules? Because Esme is the one in the cargo hold for this period.
Yes, I said I would watch with Esme, so I would to sleep until that time.
Okay. So you're going to wake up around, what, midnight, a little later?
I assume whoever would wake me up at the appropriate time.
Oh, probably no one. I mean, like, unless you told them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to ask Esma to
Oh, yes.
to nudge you.
I tell her to just give me a pat on the cheek, and I'll wake up.
Yeah, she doesn't give you a pat on the cheek. She does whisper and say, "Have long."
Yes.
She wipes her face clean of the spittle and says,
Produce a lot of spit, yes.
"If you wanted to join me in the hold, I'm gonna head down there now."
Oh, it is time. Okay,
Yes.
very good, yes.
Okay.
Now try not to fall out of the hammock as I get up.
Yep. As you walk out with her, you hear Svetlana cry from the decks. You hear a cry of, "Man overboard!"
Well, what could that mean?
This is loud enough that, like, this is experience protocol. This is loud enough to rouse all of you.
Oh,
All
should we
right.
do something about that, Esme, or should we head to the coffins?
But we should at least see what's going on.
Oh, very good, yes. You're the experienced one.
So she heads up to the deck.
I follow.
You guys are fully within your rights to just roll on over and go back to sleep, I guess.
I mean, if someone has fallen over the board, it probably would be helpful to go to the deck ourselves. I'll certainly head up in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. They may need mouth to mouth. I could administer that. I have the heal skill.
Can't believe he said mouth to mouth.
So
Yeah, I also thought there'd be another word there.
mouth and mouth. Don't know what that meant.
In
my mouth?
You guys are friends. So
Inside jokes are not for podcasts.
you all go to the deck where you see where Svetlana is pointing over the starboard bow, where a man can be seen clinging to some driftwood. He's not moving. The captain puffs on his pipe, considering the situation. Looks dead to me. Let's press on.
Yeah. No concern of ours, then.
A raven lazily flops over and starts pecking at the body, but the man feebly brushes it away.
Oh, he was mistaken.
How are we gonna press on when the anchor is down?
That's a great question. Doesn't have an answer. Just assume it happens.
Who?
All right.
That's just sailor talk for let's ignore this because it doesn't affect us.
That's actually a really good answer.
But he's swatting away that crow.
Who's
He
this
must
man?
be alive, then.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Is this one of the seamen
You must go help him, Shallian.
that was previous on
I
board?
forgot your actual name.
Or is this new seaman?
He's not one of mine.
Are you okay, sir?
Oh, you are soaking wet.
He tries to weakly call from his driftwood perch, but you cannot make out what he's saying.
Well, what do we do?
It's not
Captain,
moodish.
do you have a dinghy or something? That man is obviously in trouble.
Or maybe a skiff.
All right.
I've heard of that word before. I think it's a small brock. Throw it at him. Put him out of his misery.
First
I
mate.
have no idea what he just said, but we should probably listen to it.
First mate. Fiorella comes up and immediately salutes, and he says, "Take one of the newcomers out in the dinghy and go fetch this piece of driftwood."
Oh, the person too, not just the driftwood he's floating on.
Fiorella goes, "That's what he means, the person."
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I can help if need be.
She kind of looks at your wobbly legs. You sure?
No, but I already said it.
All right. If there are no other volunteers. So, you and Fiorella go perform a rescue mission out on the endless ocean. You feel small and insignificant.
Oh, just like always.
Sounds travel strangely across the water. The ravens caw listlessly, and you hear snippets of conversation from the ship. The sea is choppy, and you must pass a difficult row test in order to reach the man.
Oh, great. Row is based on strength. I passed with a 10.
Oh, wow.
You said difficult, correct?
I did.
Even at minus 10.
Very
I passed
nice.
by 6.
Yeah.
But I'm so strong for a halfling.
Yeah, surprisingly, Fiorella does not have to do all the work herself, which she was planning to do, and she kind of gives you a reluctant nod.
Surprisingly strong, yes.
Yeah. So you reach the man. You can tell that this man has been through a lot. His muscular body is covered in scars and matted body hair. His clothing tattered, and his face crusted with salt.
Oh.
One big green eye opens slowly at your approach, and he begs to be given a drink of water.
He only has one eye.
Well, that's the only one that's open.
Ah, I see.
Presumably, the other one is underneath some hair and salt, in that order.
I presume we brought water with us. Part of
Fiorella rolls her eyes and takes out a flask of water that she has on her person.
fresh water for you, Longshanks.
He greedily laps it up and joins you in the rescue.
Oh, slowly, slowly.
Thank you.
Who be you?
Name is Fenris of the ship Einzelganger, but probably not much of a ship anymore after what we've been through. He's clearly pretty close to unconsciousness, kind of babbling.
I look at the first mate, kind of like knowingly. But that name of the ship does not sound imperial.
Doesn't really matter if it's imperial or not out here, but I definitely do remember a story of the Einzelganger getting shipwrecked pretty recently.
Sounds like a Norskin ship. Can we trust him?
Well, he's not much of a threat right now.
That makes sense.
He's clearly about to like keel over.
Cause he's weak as a baby.
He extends his hand out and tries to like brush your face.
There. Lean back. I don't want him touching me.
He says, "Beware the moon." And
Yes,
falls
there's two.
and falls unconscious before you continue.
More Longshank superstition.
Superstition or not, we don't know. We don't know his situation. Let's bring him back and put him in the brig for now.
Yes, he seems rather lucky. We might as well keep that up for him.
So you are able to make it back to the boat without incident.
Oh, very good. I was quite concerned.
Successful rescue. You get out of the boat, and Preen and Pose and the various crew members kind of give you either a pat on the back. I was like, it's good rowing. It's not bad for a landlubber.
Mm-hmm.
Or some of the more cold members are just kind of give you the I respect you, but I still don't want to talk to you nod.
Understandable. Even fits my motivation of showing prowess.
There you go.
I rowed well for a halfling.
Now that he's back on the boat, the captain suggests that Fenris be confined to the brig.
Agree, completely, yes.
Now, does this soggy sailor, he doesn't wake up, does he?
He's out. He's out like a light.
Oh. What if I arouse him? Could I try to arouse him?
Just leave him be for now, lass. He doesn't need any medical treatment. He's just we'll see what he says when he comes to.
Okay. Again, if you need, I'm right here.
If you really want to, you can keep him company in the brig.
Oh, that'd be great. I shall.
So if you follow him down there and kind of hang out with him while he's tossing and turning in his troubled sleep.
He's got nightmares. I've got a cure for that.
He's snarling in his dreams. He's fighting things that ain't there.
Oh, gee whiz.
As he's doing so, he's revealing long yellow teeth.
Oh, okay.
So, after all the commotion is done, the captain says, "All right, show's over," and he takes a tot of rum and goes back to his bunk. Everyone else of the crew kind of goes back to their respective locations, as Esma tells you, "All right, well, enough of that. It's time for my shift down in the cargo hold, so I'll be
Oh,
on
yes,
it.
it's our turn.
You're still coming with me?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
Appreciate the company.
I said I would.
You're not too tired from your little adventure?
Oh, hardly a thing.
All right, then. Lead on."
Yes. Now, which way was it?
So she leads you down into the cargo hold. And
Yes.
She begins tasking herself with the various prayers that are necessary to watch over the body.
Oh, very good. So while she's doing the prayers, I draw my sword, and I walk along the middle, and I tap each coffin. Ping,
Sure.
ping.
Give me
ping.
a perception check.
Oh, very good, yes. Any particular difficulty to it?
Oh, you probably have to roll both dice.
You're playing.
I was
by my
hoping nobody
rules now.
noticed that I missed the tower
Let's
with
go
one of them.
let's go for hard difficulty.
Hard.
Yep.
1 success level.
Wow.
Positive, that is.
Okay.
Even better.
So as you're tapping all these different coffins, you also notice the rather ornate coffin.
Oh,
You also notice a different coffin that has a small X on the lower left side of each panel of the coffin.
now I can't read, but I notice this is different than all the rest.
That you do.
I pointed out to Esme and say, any reason why they might mark this one in particular?
They're all supposed to be dead bodies, aren't they?
That's what I assume would be in a coffin.
They're all nailed shut. I can't see a reason why they'd mark one out of 23.
Well, they're dead, so no one will care. And I start to pry it open with my sword.
Okay. Esma doesn't seem super at ease with this. And she says, maybe we better just leave it alone.
Why, it's already dead.
So, give me a charm test.
89.
So she doesn't seem sold by your posturing and reasons, but she also is just a halfling and not a warrior. She's not going to be able to physically stop you if you decide to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Halfling culture, everyone's property is everyone's property.
She kind of makes an aggrieved, oh my, and she covers her mouth with her hands.
I just want to pop it open a little bit.
But she's also curious,
Yes.
she's a curious girl, so she's watching you do it.
Me too.
Great. Yeah, you're watching through a window,
I thought you were going to be like, yeah, you're there, whatever.
through the door slat.
You're also a character.
Let me check real quick. So there is not a body in this.
Curious.
Instead, what you find is that the coffin contains a small package, like a small wrapped package, that when you kind of unfurl it, you realize has some brass fittings and silverware that are worth about 15 gold.
Oh, well, they're mine now.
So you just straight up pilfer the whatever.
It wasn't nailed down. Anymore?
Silverware.
Okay. All right.
Halflings don't understand the concept of property.
Exactly what's it doing in there?
It seems strange. Maybe we should... What's this fancy one? This one looks quite different as well. Maybe there's something untowards in this as well. I start to pry it open.
I don't see this happening.
Here! And I give her a fancy knife.
I don't want that. Thank you.
Okay.
So you continue prying that open?
Yes.
There is a dead body in this.
Oh, disgusting. Close it back up as fast as possible. Sure, it smells horrendous.
It doesn't smell great.
Nope.
That's sort of dead person mixed with bad perfume smell,
This was a mistake.
with some rotting fish thrown in just from the atmosphere.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
what were those
50-50
prayers again?
50-50 ain't bad.
No.
Out of curiosity, do you nail either of the coffins back up?
The second one with the body, I tried to.
Okay.
Is there a hammer in here?
There's your meaty fist.
You're gonna use the pommel of my
Yep.
sword?
That'll
Or dagger?
work. That'll work. This is not a high society craftsmanship.
Very good. What did I find again? Silverware and...
You found some silverware and brass fittings, which are surprisingly expensive. Are you going to nail that coffin back up?
No.
Just
Why would I?
let whoever put this in here know that their stuff is gone.
I tried to close it, but I don't bother nailing it back in.
Okay,
Close enough
cool,
for government work.
cool. Well, that was exciting.
I said, what were those prayers again?
And she walks you through the prayers, and you guys continue with the prayers as necessary.
Good thing she remembers.
What do everyone else do? Are you heading back to bed? Are you going to stay on the deck if there's any more stragglers?
I am definitely heading right back to bed.
Back to bed you go.
I'm also going to bed. This is not my normal evening routine, so I'm afraid I'll need some beauty to sleep pronto.
Okay. And the good nun, the good Sister Shaylin is...
Curing this man of his nightmares.
Yep, let's just ride right past the part where we describe what your role does or what you intended to do with it.
All right. I rolled a 10.
Great. You succeed.
Whether
Bless
he
your
wants
heart.
it or not.
Also, this is what Captain Fenris looks like.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
He is handsome.
He is handsome. I don't like how he doesn't have pupils.
What? That's okay. Sometimes your
Oh
pupils
yeah, he
really
looks like he's got
dilate.
cat eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you really shuckled his butters.
Indeed, you did. So,
After
You're-
I give him kind menstruations,
yes.
then I shall head to bed.
Okay, so how long are you staying with him? When are you heading to
As
bed?
long as it takes so that he calms down.
All right. So he's calm after about a half hour or so.
Great.
So, yeah. So you head back over to bed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everyone is pretty much asleep or currently savaging the contents of several coffins that you've been tasked with moving safely from one location to another. Very cool. So, middle watch ends without incident. The only person who's still awake, I believe, is the good half-long soldier sailor, as these things turn out.
Trying.
Rowing machine. The original rowing machine.
Yes.
And
Not like the priest's machines, but
Strong
Just
shoulders.
a rowing machine.
you're mostly shoulder and back.
Yes.
So you guys finish up. Esma and you are
Hot.
finished caring for the bodies and also defiling a couple of coffins.
Oh, never.
Well, and morning watch.
Nothing but respectful.
4 to 8, you say as the jangling of your ill-gotten gains have. So at this point, Svetlana comes down to relieve Esma of her watch.
Very good. Yes.
Finds that you are also there and says, "Oh, why were you in there?
Oh, I volunteered to help.
Help with what?"
The watch is a long time to stay awake by oneself.
I suppose so.
We talked and
All right, well,
such.
get out of here.
Goodbye. I go back to bed. Wait, what time is it now?
It's 4.
In the morning? Mm-hmm. Yes. Back to bed for some time.
So, everyone make a perception test. Anyone who's currently awake, including you, will make a average.
Ooh,
perception
average.
test. Everyone else gets a very hard perception test.
oh, I can't pass that.
Tough.
91.
That's not a pass.
Nope.
It's over 100.
Even with average, there's still 3 negative success levels.
I also failed. I rolled a 12, but very hard is negative 30, and my skill is only 36.
Okay.
0 to 5 would be an automatic pass if you did, but you didn't roll that.
I did not.
Anyone else?
You should have. I should have as well.
All right. The rest of you are very tired, including I suppose, half-long who is tired from his desecration of the
No such thing.
coffins. No, you only opened 2 of them. That's a pretty
Yes.
good track record.
Desecration would imply
You
1/10.
You even put nails back in one of them.
Yes.
So you do not get roused by anything for the rest of the night
Not even
until
Shaylin.
it is forenoon watch. At this point, the good nun, Sister Shaylin,
Yeah.
that it is your turn to go to the cargo hold and watch over some dead people.
Oh. Okay. I head in. I take my the incense that definitely does not smell like what's that terrible one
Oh,
that the hippies smell like?
patchouli.
Oh, I hate that.
Patchouli.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like that.
I had a
It's got-
donkey named Patchouli once.
It's got a nice lavender scent to it. Anyways.
No, it doesn't. It actually smells like patchouli.
Oh God, that's so terrible.
It is.
I'd rather smell the dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Something else.
Svetlana passes you in the corridor,
Yeah. I'm like, did you light the incense?
and she brushes you off and says, "Sod off. It's your turn."
Okay. Did you sing the songs?
She doesn't answer you. She stomps back toward her quarters with Yuri.
Ooh. It
Little
looks
Yuri on ice.
It looks like she'll need some Shaylin's compassion tonight.
Don't we all?
Anyways, I go in and I, light the incense and I start singing the songs. I'm like, yo, it's the Green Machine. Gonna rock the town without being seen. Have you ever seen a turtle get down, slamming, jamming to the new swing sound? Yeah. Everybody, let's
Another one?
move.
Give me another beer.
Vanilla is here with the new Jack Groove. Gonna rock, gonna roll this place with the power and the Ninja Turtle bass. Iceman, you know I'm not playing. Devastate the show while your turtles are saying, Ninja rap. Ninja rap. Go Ninja. Go Ninja go.
Whoever's editing,
Go,
please cut that
go,
out.
go. And hopefully that these bodies will rest throughout the night.
You hear some scuffling sounds.
Do they need a second verse?
There seems to be some sounds coming from a particular coffin that is for some reason not nailed down.
If I get Shaylin killed,
Oh,
I'm not
no.
gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, these lyrics will fill in the gap. Drop that bass and get that ninja rap.
I assume you say this to the coffin.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that they're a little bit restless in there.
There's some scratching sounds going on.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to disturb the dead. So hopefully I could sing them a sweet melody to lull them back to sleep.
Okay.
So I say, just feel it, if you know what I mean. Give it up, for those heroes are green.
That's great.
Okay.
I can't get mad at Ninja Turtles reference.
So because
Even
the
if
lid
it's
is
so
not
stupid.
nailed down,
Yeah.
it starts to shift,
Oh, no.
and you suddenly see green eyes staring at you from the blackness inside the coffin.
There wasn't a body in there.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to back up while I keep singing, because just in this life, there's only one winner. You better aim straight so you can hit the center. It's in it to win. The team of the tour, Ninja Turtles. Now you got to adore. It's the... And then I back out the door, and I try to find somebody that might be more akin to helping here.
Before you can, the lid shifts, clatters to the floor,
Oh, no.
and Mize the cat springs out and immediately scampers off.
Oh, golly.
Just a stupid cat.
Oh, God.
All of that rapping gone to waste.
I think
I-
you were
Cat
that
liked
scared
it.
of pussy.
Yeah.
And for some reason, nothing else is in this coffin. No dead body, no question mark,
Oh.
nothing.
Why was it open?
Just a
been removed.
cat.
How'd that cat get in there? How'd that cat open it?
What the cat doing?
Fucking cats.
Who put that cat in there? Oh man,
Do you tell anyone about this?
I put the lid back on and make sure that
Notice.
yeah, I don't want to be blamed for a cat getting in the box. All right, man, oh man. All right,
Okay.
are there any bones in this box?
No,
Oh
nothing.
jeez, it's an empty box, huh?
No, nothing. Not even in like brass fittings and silverware. Nothing.
Oh jeez.
Nothing in here.
Well, that's good. And it must be because I sang that song so well.
Yeah.
It's
So you put the lid back on.
I put the lid back on, right? Make sure it's tamped down. Make
down.
sure that the cat's well taken care of. If it needs a good pet, I will pet that cat.
Great. The lid springs open and another cat pops out.
Oh no! So many cats.
Okay.
All the cats.
So you don't tell anyone about this, and the rest of your shift goes pretty easily. At this point, the fog is thickening into what the folk of Albion call a real pea super. The captain can be heard loudly cursing, waking the rest of you up.
Oh.
What's he so upset about?
Not sure, but better go see.
Yeah.
On the deck,
Do let's.
on the quarterdeck, he explains that the rudder has become stuck and he can no longer steer the ship.
What? How does the rudder get stuck?
Someone needs to go in the water to fix it, else they'll be going nowhere fast.
I don't know how to swim, so.
I'm also not particularly skilled at swimming. However, I'm curious at the country of origin of this rudder. Perhaps it's Dutch.
None of the crew volunteers. They are clearly looking to the rest of you to earn your keep.
Well, it just so happens
Yeah?
I'm a proficient swimmer, so I'm up for this particular task.
Are you really?
Whips off her gown and she has like sailor's attire underneath.
Whoa!
Not gonna ask who you stole that from in the middle of the night? Instead,
These are my actual clothes.
yeah, okay. Okay. The captain ties you to a long rope and clasps you firmly on the shoulder and says, "Don't dilly-dally down there. Just free the rudder, then tug 3 times and we'll pull you back up."
I'll tug it three times. Yes, okay.
If you do it anymore,
You're just playing with it.
If I don't make it back, collect my inheritance in Marienburg.
Oh, good to know.
Inheritance in Middenheim, got it. Easy swim test, plus 40.
Oh, wonderful.
Whoa!
You're gonna be fine.
I rolled a 26.
Nice. Yeah. So
I'm telling you, all I do is the backstroke.
the jammed rudder is a few fathoms underwater.
fathoms. How
You
far is
will
a
need
fathom?
to try to locate it. Go ahead and give me a perception test, plus 0. Challenge it.
I can't find the rudder.
Keep at it. I'll tell you when you stop breathing.
Use someone else's hand.
Oh, I found it.
Nice. So, you're not down there too long before you see that there is a small body jammed in the rudder.
What? A small body.
Is it me?
You are not taking this well. Give me a difficult cool test.
Is it
-10.
mechanically small?
I am so cool. I rolled a 6.
Nice. Okay.
Whoa.
You avoid gasping and starting to drown, which is good because I didn't want
that's
to think
very
of the
good.
rules. There is now going to need to be. You will need to try to use a strength test in order to dislodge the body.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't
It is
believe I
going to
got
be
it
a
out here.
hard strength test, -20.
Oh,
Good luck.
is that a 10 or a 100?
That's a 10.
Spousal
Ate it.
favoritism.
A 100
You
is
succeeded?
3 zeros.
I succeeded.
Very nice.
No crumbs.
You get the body out, and job's done.
I'm telling you, I'm actually a seaman.
Yeah,
The most.
much quicker than anyone expected to.
I mean it.
And you can go ahead and tug on the rope whenever you feel like you're done down here doing your little Aquaman routine.
Tug, tug, tug.
All right. You pretend you're the sister Shaylin and tug for all it's worth, and you get pulled back up. Because you did not use the knife that was in the grip of the hand of the dead body, a bunch of blood does not go in the water, and you don't get attacked by a fucking shark.
Oh, he's so dead.
Wow.
I'm a little surprised that you managed that strength test, but good job.
I sure would be dead considering all I have is melee brawling.
I have heard
Punch it
if
in the
you
nose.
punch a shark in the nose, he gets pissed.
Oh, shit.
Back
Wow,
on
you would have
deck.
been so dead.
Yeah.
Back on deck, you're cold and dripping wet, but the captain says, "Good show, sailor." And everyone else just stares at the body.
Who is it?
I mean, we
Oh.
make it all about them.
It's very clearly Pierre.
Oh.
He is the quartermaster who is in charge of the armory, and he's a dead person.
No loss then.
Dun, dun, dun.
You said small body, and I was concerned it was one of the halflings.
How on earth did he get up here?
How did you get down there, do you mean?
Everyone keeps kind of...
I mean,
Oh, that's what I meant, yeah.
yeah, she brought him up here on deck. He was below
Below deck.
in the rudder.
That all of you can only can only kind of stare as everyone is kind of talking amongst
Ooh.
themselves. Does anyone want to investigate the body?
Yeah, does he need mouth to mouth?
Why don't you go ahead and check?
I will heal him.
While
Sure,
people
give
check
me,
him,
Give me a heal check.
I'm going to go check the brig and make sure that
Difficult,
person's
minus
still there.
10.
Oh, 79. I can't even find his mouth.
Yeah, you can tell he's dead, but not much more than that. No cause of death or anything of that nature.
Oh, I feel he's got a lot of liquid in the abdomen.
So it is hard to. You said that you wanted to go check on the prisoner.
Yes. He's highly suspect.
As you go down into the brig, go ahead and give me a perception test.
Okay.
Average, plus 20.
Oh, very good. That is 4 success levels.
You can see a spatter of blood line the corridor leading from the armory to the deck of the vessel.
What?
It does not... There is some blood smeared on the door of the brig. Though there is no blood inside and none on Captain Fenris.
The captain's in the brig?
Yeah, the Captain Fenris is the guy you rescued.
Oh, oh, right.
Yes.
He's still in there.
Yep. He's sleeping somewhat more soundly after the nuns' administrations, but
Naturally.
But beyond that, he is still right there.
I will quickly follow to the other end of this trail of blood.
It just seems to end right there in the middle of the corridor.
What? Look up.
You see the deck.
This is confusing.
Yeah, you haven't been on a boat very often.
No, I don't understand how this blood got here and where it went.
The deck's up there.
I'm going to tell the priestess of Shilea because she might know more about blood and how it gets places.
All right, you go to talk to the master of fluids herself, Sister Shaylin.
All right.
So as far as I can tell, you're still on the deck.
Yeah.
So you bring this news up to her that there is blood in the corridor, and everyone kind of does the, clue parlor. Yeah, exactly. The hand over the mouth, like dun dun dun. Oh my goodness.
Shaylin, you need to take a look at this. Or Sister Shaylin.
Oh, someone's bleeding?
They were.
Oh, that's good.
Randall.
It means that they're healthy.
Yes.
Mushroom. Come take a look at this.
What?
I forgot your name. Cremini.
That's Lady Cremini to you.
Oh, got it right.
What am I looking at?
Got it in one. There's blood in the hallway, but I don't understand where it starts and where it comes from.
Well, blood starts normally in the heart and
And it comes from your body.
Yeah.
travels
But look at
around
this. It begins at the door, but he's still inside the brig, but then it ends just in the hallway.
the circulatory system and kind of gets distributed through the body itself.
I don't know why I asked him.
Can I make a perception check?
What are you trying to look for?
I'm just trying to make more sense of the blood spatter and the patterning?
Go for it.
I have no idea.
Well, by all means,
It's
you
blood
flip the
red.
slop or two. I'm sure you can put this all together.
I put my nose down at that blood and see where it leads.
Okay. Have fun.
Like Scooby-Doo and the gang. I rolled a 55.
Okay. That's cool. You notice the same thing that that Half-Long notices, which is that there is plenty of blood in the corridor, but none going inside the brig that houses Fenris.
Okay,
And you
that's
know
fine.
him intimately enough that you recognize that he has not moved since you left him there.
He hasn't moved. So, where'd this blood come from? Maybe we should inspect each and every sailor here, so that we could just a strip search of each one. Make sure that they don't have any blood coming from them.
Everyone, strip down.
Do you tell this to the crew?
Yeah.
My line was joking.
Oh, I am certainly not joking.
You get various cries of protest from all manner of
It's
creature.
happened before.
Is there-
Again, we've all been born with these bodies. We shouldn't be ashamed.
Is there anybody else missing?
It just seems to be Pierre, the dead guy,
Head count.
and Fenris, who is in the brig. Everyone else is there.
Oh.
Well,
Is-
Does anybody have blood on them?
Does Fenris have all his blood? Or
Give me a perception check.
I can do that. Challenging?
Yeah.
Nope, 81 says no.
Ooh, I got the exact opposite of an 18. So that makes
Also an 81?
so an 81, it sounds like.
So you're looking for loose fluids on these people.
We're trying to catch somebody
I-
red-handed.
Right.
Shaylin's very good at that.
I'm seeing if Fenris has any, bleeding coming from any of his orifices.
You don't see any blood on him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's blood-free.
Mm-hmm.
This makes perfect sense.
You also notice that this amount of blood is not consistent with death.
Oh,
Like
Well,
this
that's
wouldn't
good.
this wouldn't have killed someone.
Just a light maiming.
A light maiming. That's right. A siesta.
Maybe there's a bear on board. Someone was mauled.
I have heard there's sharks in the area. Bears and sharks, the bestest of
They are the bestest of friends. Everybody knows it.
Everyone knows it.
Very common knowledge in the movie.
The body of Pierre, was he stabbed?
Heal test. Have fun with your minus
Yeah.
10 heal test.
I don't even have heal.
I'll give you an intellectual. I'll let you do an intelligence check on that.
That's fair. I don't know. Seems wet to me.
Yeah, he's a wet man. He's a wet man who died.
Can I trade cook?
Rutger is gonna tell you that you're horning in on his territory.
Just kidding. I have no advances in it.
Doesn't Pierre have a dagger in him?
He's holding a dagger.
Oh, he's holding one.
Yes.
Huh.
Naturally, it has been in the water and has no blood on it.
Pierre has obviously tried to hide the evidence. Put him in the brig.
He could go in one of the coffins. I heard one is empty.
So there's various protests and theories of what is this? Just maybe the dead came to life, and it just seems like Fenris is the only one we don't trust here. Maybe it's one of the newcomers. And eventually the captain says, all right, the authority at the port can deal with this when we dock in Dieterschaffen. But for the time being, we're going to it's not. There's nothing keeping us from sailing onwards. So, everybody, hands on deck. We're going to take off. We should be there by the end of the day.
Oh, good. Nothing else to worry about then.
All right. I wrap my hands around that mainmast and start hauling up that.
I don't know what you're planning on doing, but
I'm helping.
Fiorella stops
He's
you.
climbing up to the crow's nest.
Smacks your hand away. Yeah, and then Yuri gives you your Relief. You no longer have to keep watching the cargo hold. Yuri is
good.
going to do the last bit.
Great. We all did a great job watching that cargo hold.
It's true. Yuri also looks really pissed off when he passes you on the thing. You know, it seems as though Svetlana has given some of her bad feng shui to her partner.
You seem distressed, sir.
You stay away from her.
Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering,
Don't need to be giving her new ideas again.
maybe I could help that limping that you have, right?
I ain't limp.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I can
Perception test.
do some good penances.
Yeah, he's clearly erect.
I was waiting for it. Yeah.
You don't need to pass that one, but no, it's obvious. Anyway,
Those sailor sweatpants really kind of give away all the secrets.
it's
You'd think they wouldn't
optical
wear
illusion
gray
in
on the open
crotchal
waters.
region. So, this is the afternoon watch now, from noon to 4 p.m. What do all of you do?
From noon to 4?
You had a long night, a lot of stuff going on, but there's not much after the rudder incident and the unceremonious cramming Pierre into a coffin that was for some reason empty. There isn't much more to be done.
Did we have breakfast?
You
Or
do-
lunch?
You do have the recycled remnants of dinner plus a live rat. No, dead. Well, he came back to life, let's say, more so than stuff. And anyway, you eat a rat and some pig knuckles stew.
Very good.
I certainly wouldn't mind maybe asking some people over breakfast or lunch about anyone that may have had an issue with Pierre.
Well, I mean, everyone had an issue with Pierre.
No.
He was kind of a dick.
Yeah,
Well,
everyone kind of like a
I
hearty
figured
round.
that's why
of
the sister
yays.
liked him so much.
He was a tough nut to crack, but crack him I did.
Wait,
Yeah, I don't-
are you confessing to a murder right
I
now?
do not think you interacted with him at all.
Oh, it must have been one of the other sailors.
It's all the same in the dark. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, asking around and just trying to make a generalized gossip check with people throughout the day.
Yeah, they don't have much more to say. Everyone is pretty on edge with the murder of sorts.
Yeah.
Murder.
Or, maybe just got drunk and wandered overboard. I don't know.
It happens to the best of us.
Seems very likely.
But, as the afternoon wears on, Geheimnisnacht approaches. The fog clears, but lightning plays across the skies. Suddenly there is a ringing of the bell and a frightened cry from the crow's nest. Ship ahoy! Ship ahoy!
Oh, good.
Those who look to the water can see the form of a mighty ghostly galleon bearing down on them at sea.
Oh, no.
Its sails are tattered and threadbare, and an ethereal green light plays about its decks. It floats high above the waves, borne aloft by a host of wailing souls.
It's my time! And I draw my sword. Shing!
Can we leave?
Do I have a shield?
Where's the mizzenmast? Raise the sails. We got to get out of here.
Captain, she brings up a great point.
Full
You
speed
do not
ahead.
see the captain.
Where is the captain?
I'm the captain now.
I think he was in his chambers after that mess.
Quick, sister, go to his chambers and arouse him.
No! Cremini! Could you go see that the captain's there?
I'm on it.
I'm gonna try to put my foot up on the gunnel, but it's way too high for the halfling, and I just kind of put my sword at this other ship and I say, "Have it thee!"
Yeah, they're really far out. It's not. He's gonna be there a while.
Posturing. Yeah, just stand there
Yeah.
as it comes closer. Sword out.
So as Chantrell goes to rouse the captain, sorry,
Just rouse.
they find his cabin locked. They can hear heavy snoring, and they can see through the window that the captain is flat out drunk on the floor, snoring heavily, empty rum bottles beside him.
This is perfect. Where's the first mate?
First mate is literally right next to you and says and starts to take command.
Wonderful.
She rushes to the quarterdeck to look through the telescope. She goes pale at the sails and says, "It's the cursed ship of the dead. Our captain has crawled inside a bottle. What do we do? Flee or fight or something else?"
Flee seems like a great decision.
What's the third option?
Die.
Oh, I don't like that one at all.
Neither do I.
So although she has taken command, she is pretty clearly not feeling confident in any direction. At this point, you all can kind of try to decide how to approach this. The ship is clearly faster than yours. It's clearly outgunning yours.
Fire the cannon!
Do we have cannons?
You do have cannons.
Yes.
You no longer have a quartermaster to help you arm them.
I don't know what to do with cannon, do you?
You know, I have handled a cannon or two. I do think we just pump some powder in there and maybe a ball and get it off.
Sounds good.
Well, why don't you check the armory and see what our stock is?
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
whoever wants to go down there,
Yes.
you two,
Mm-hmm.
the half long and the bottom decker.
That's right.
All right. Going down to the armory, you see that there are 15 cannonballs stacked up against the side. There is also a bunch of gunpowder in various barrels. Go ahead and give me either a trade alchemist or engineer test or a lore science test if you have it.
Nope.
I have neither.
Okay. In that case...
I do have nimble fingers.
I could put those to work.
I play my fife.
In that case, there are a few barrels of gunpowder. Go ahead and select the one that you think is pretty.
I like the blue one.
There's one in a beautiful robin's egg blue, just waiting to be fired.
I would like to fire the hell out of that barrel.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You bring back a barrel of gunpowder. I assume you also grab one?
Yes.
Okay. So, we've got some cannons now. It doesn't look like they're going to work that well against these guys, but maybe we can fire them and also try to run at the same time?
We'll do what we can.
Well, you said that there were 3 options, right? Flee, fight, or...
I don't know what else you would want to try to do with a ghost ship.
You could pray.
Oh. Freeze. That was the third F. Freeze.
I don't think freeze is really in the cards.
Oh.
Maybe we can reason with them. Maybe if we give them to the count of 10 to get their yeller, no good keister off of our property before we pump them full of lead.
You just look up the line.
I did.
Want to negotiate with a ghost ship captain?
Well, it's actually specifically negotiating.
Great.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's quick.
I don't know what else we're gonna do. It's gonna catch us. If we shoot it with cannons, I don't know if it's gonna work, but we gotta try something.
We can't just stand there.
Ghosts normally want to, solve some type of thing, right? That they have left undone. Maybe they need a hand job from a nun or something.
What?
And there's
Sir, how dare you impugn her honor such?
There ain't no bones about it.
Brother Amenhai says.
No, they're ghosts.
Brother Amenhai is wiping his jowls with his hand and says, "I don't think that prayer is going to help us now.
Isn't this your specialty?
Yeah.
This undead?
I'm just an initiate.
Just banish them or
I
whatever
tried.
you do with your magic.
Clearly, Gehemnishnacht has caused the dead spirits to rise and lure a ghost ship to purloin these lost souls."
So be like Randall and make them unrise.
I didn't get that one.
I didn't either. But, so you're saying we throw these corpses off the boat and we'll be fine? They're being attracted by these corpses?
As a disciple of Moore, I would not consign these lost souls to the abyss.
Well, you're just an initiate, I heard.
From a very reputable source.
I think we should flee. You know how hard it is to get ectoplasm out of these whites?
No, I
imagine
don't.
one of
But
us
God said
does.
it was faster than us.
So, Fiorella says, whatever you think we should do, we got to make a decision.
Let's fire these cannons now. Maybe they'll consider it a warning and, I don't know, go away.
How do we know when they're in range? Who else has fired these before? Somebody more than Pierre must have some experience.
There does seem to be some, proficiency amongst the crew that they could fire the cannons if they needed to.
Well, Randall and I can load as many as possible.
Clearly, none of them None of them look particularly happy about the prospect of trying to fight this ship, though.
Yeah.
We'd rather just let them take over.
Fiorella doesn't seem to like that notion, but Esma kind of backs you up. And I mean, he's a strong sort, and we've got some cannons. It's worth a try.
The best we can do is try.
The best off defense is a strong offense.
So you're gonna try for preparing for battle?
Let's prepare for battle.
Prepare!
You're a warrior character, right?
Yes.
You are very doubtful that you can actually make a dent in the Shades Wraith, which is the name of this boat. And
Ooh, shades right. That's
Yes.
cool.
Or
I have a miniature of it behind us.
like it seems like a fool's mission, but
But it's clearly faster than us, you said. Like, it's gaining on us.
you don't know that, but Fiorella informs you that like it's clearly faster than you because it's gaining on you. Yeah.
Maybe if we flee fast enough, we don't have to outrun it forever. Maybe we just have to outrun it until morning.
That's not a bad plan. Makes sense to me.
Chantrell, Shaylin,
I thought it was the middle of the day.
it is the middle of the day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dumb.
It's
never mind.
approaching Geheimnisnacht.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
Maybe if
you're-
we point the cannons backwards, it'll make us go faster.
At that point, the bosun smacks you in the side of the head.
With a
What's the
shovel,
bosun?
and now your face is like this.
Get in the flask. But yeah, I think we start firing these bad boys off.
No, not too soon. You don't want to, you don't want to prematurely.
I am considering prematurely evacuating.
Don't, no.
How far are we from shore? First mate, I name my frigate.
Fiorella,
Fiorella.
we've got hours in front of us before we make it.
Will they catch up to us before then, or could we make it?
They'll board us within 10 minutes.
10 minutes? That's only 10 minutes from now.
All right, Randall's going to start loading these cannons until someone either
Yeah,
fires it or tells me to stop.
Yeah, give me
All
does anyone have a leadership test?
I have a ranged sling test.
Great.
Oh, I'm actually quite good at leadership.
Yeah, give me that.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm not no slouch.
4 success levels with a 7.
-4 success level with an 81.
I am louder.
So no one knows what you're saying, but you do seem like
Confident.
you seem confident.
Accidentally say it in moodish. I'm so excited and adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, it's a very colorful language.
Old lay the cannons, K.
So you kind of bowl over Fiorella's objections and start the process of loading the cannons and firing.
There.
Okay.
Stand our ground. Well, not stand our ground. We're on a boat, but be prepared to be boarded.
Okay. So there are rules for this. I don't understand them. But you guys aren't going to win this one, so let's see how it plays out anyway. Once they get close enough for you to fire the cannons, you are able to do so. Roll me a D100.
Me?
Yep. You're the one who loaded the first cabin, right?
43.
Okay. How about you?
56.
Okay. Your barrel of gunpowder was spoiled.
Of course.
Congratulations.
I saw it online.
Beautiful robin's egg blue gunpowder is just this side of spoiling, so it does in fact fire as soon as you're within range.
All right.
Roll me a 10 spot.
Consider that a 3.
Once you fire, the cannonball sails through the air and lands straight amidships in the hull of the Shade Wraith.
Nice.
And continues through it without a sound.
Not nice.
I think we should leave.
At this point, they are close enough to quickly overtake you.
Oh, you shot your shot.
Listen, I shot my wad and it didn't do a hell of a lot of nothing.
So, at this point, the Shade Wraith is bearing down on you, subdues the Lebenswert Ada. There's a massive boom as the Shade Wraith opens fire. All the ravens fly away, a susurration of black wings. There's a terrible crack. The main mast falls
Oh, no.
in ghastly
We need that.
slow motion, hit by lightning. The ship rolls alarmingly, almost turning turtle before it rights itself. As your faces tip toward the turbulent sea, you see black fins, dead eyes, and big jagged teeth. An evil, sneering voice fills the air. You carry a cargo of lost souls. Surrender them to me, Vangeist of the Shade Wraith. You cannot flee. You cannot fight. You can but die if you defy me.
I think that's a deal we can make. Please, have at these corpses.
Take them.
I don't give a cockswaddle about these bodies.
What's a coxawaddle with you?
Absolutely out of the question. We've been tasked with doing a service. We've been tasked with getting these bodies to a place where they can be consecrated. This is necromancy.
That's okay. Better to be necrotized than necrotized on.
Well, they're not necrotizing us.
Yet,
They're already dead. He said, well, let's go.
you're only an initiate. These are obviously significantly better at being dead than you.
Fiorella hates this idea, but your leadership is so strong
Yes.
that you are able to override her and run up the black flag of parley.
It's the survival instinct of halflings. Very strong.
Here. I'll take it.
So, Fiorella says, I'm having no part of this. You want to negotiate with him, you do it yourself.
Better negotiate than dead.
I
Just become one of his crew probably anyway.
I don't know. I think that these villains better run and hide, because one day you might not slide. So, use your weapon, but don't slip,
Go ahead.
because Vanilla's on the control with the flex and the mic grip. Rocking that crowd the way it should be rocked.
You know what sucks about this? Is that you have probably the funnest character, and this is how you choose to spend your time. You have a really fun character, and you have abandoned it
For Vanilla Ice, of all things.
in favor of gimmickry.
Rob Van Winkle himself.
Yeah. Okay.
Anywho,
So is it? Does he want to fight me now?
do you want us to just throw the bodies overboard, or do you want to come over and get them yourself?
The Shade Wraith does stop its attack at the black flag being run up. Fiorella tells you that if you want to parlay so bad, you do it yourselves. Whoever chooses to go in the boat is welcome to do so. Who wants to go parlay with the ghost ship captain?
I kind of nudged Cremini.
What are you talking about? You're clearly the leader now.
I'm no slouch at haggling. In fact, I'm quite adept at it. I'd be more than happy to go over and parlay with a bony boy or two.
I could support you from your side. I will
All
go
right.
with. I'm trying to look tough, puff my chest out.
Just the two of you?
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
You and I.
If
Poor Ben.
That was great. I mean, it's rough because I think JB also wanted to jump on there, but he didn't want to interrupt the.
No,
the
that
Will
was good.
Smith
He
bit.
has 4 more tabs of Vanilla Ice
Oh, okay.
lyrics.
Never mind. Let's move on.
More
Okay,
than 2 Vanilla Ice songs?
let's have another difficult row test.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh no, that again?
Yep,
I've seen
minus
you
10.
do this before. I believe you can do it again.
Not with a 79.
Mm.
You want to help out?
I'll give it the old college try. -2 success level.
You know what?
Did you fumble?
Nope.
Okay.
I rolled. Well, technically, I rolled a 33, and my skill is a 17.
That sounds like a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
You go overboard.
Oh no! Randall!
I've never been wetter.
We said to stay on the boat!
I forgot how oars work.
I try to grab him if I can.
Go for it.
You
What do I do?
dog.
Athletics, strength, weapon basic.
Athletics?
Melee brawl.
Oh, melee! I rolled a 16 either way.
Okay,
It
yeah,
passes.
you cuff him in the side of the head like he deserves and
Ow!
drag him out into the boat.
Yes.
And eventually you manage to make your way over to the ghost ship.
Stay out of the water.
I forgot how the water worked.
Your tiny boat draws up below the sea brows, scabrous? Scabrous?
Yeah.
Scabrous
word.
hull of the rotting Shades Wraith, which is floating above the water as if the sea itself was repulsed by its foul existence. A long seaweed
I'm
rope,
repulsed.
rotting and icy to the touch, is thrown down to you by a skeletal pirate.
Ugh.
Very cool. To swallow down the terror and climb up the ghastly galleon, go ahead and give me a hard cool test,
Oh, I'm
followed
hard.
by
all right.
an average climb test.
I'm cool. Never mind. You know, I'm going to use my once-a-day beseech the dark gods for free, because as a halfling,
Oh, really?
I'm resistant to chaos,
Oh, very nice.
and I make it.
Nice.
So it was a cool test followed by what?
Yeah, cool test. Hard cool test.
Oh, the 2 success levels then.
And then
then-
average climb?
Average climb test.
Nope, that's a fumble.
That is a
88.
95. I will beseech a god that might be considered rather dark and turn that 95 into an 82.
Yeah, so you guys fumbled around for a while doing what presumably to everyone looks like kind of a Three Stooges physical comedy routine.
It's
Yeah.
just halfling things.
Correct.
Eventually, one of the skeletal pirates comes down, grips both of you underneath its bony arms, and climbs itself back up.
Why, thank you, thing.
This is highly disrespectful, but appreciated.
You climb over the ship's rail and onto the rotting deck of the dread vessel, right beside an antique cannon. Decaying undead pirates surround you, shuffling, swaying, and groaning. The captain stalks forward, a corroded cutlass in each hand. So you're here to bargain with Vangeist? Well, I am feeling whimsical tonight, so I'll hear your offer.
I will bow and present myself accordingly. Oh, great, whatever his name was.
The Dread Captain Vangeist,
The Dread Captain Vangeist.
the arch traitor.
The arch traitor himself.
He's got a lot of titles.
Yeah.
A man with more titles than crew members. We would like to, I don't know, give you whatever the hell you want so we can live.
Yeah, wasn't so much negotiation as just, surrender.
Yeah,
Well, not surrender, but surrendering our dead bodies to you that we don't personally care about.
consider us compliant.
I like your willingness to embrace the inevitable, but what I'm gonna require of you might not be what you're willing to part with.
Oral?
Go ahead and make a bribery check. Either one of you.
I got it.
I was gonna say. Oh,
I didn't
actually,
roll well.
47 bribery.
Not bad.
Oh, so my fellowship is 47.
Yeah, that'll be -3 success levels for me. I will spend a fortune point to re-roll that.
Okay.
This is easy, you said? That'll be a -1 success levels on that bribery.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Might as well.
They do not seem to enjoy his posturing.
I try a different style. My bribery is a 47.
Uh-huh.
Or with a 49.
Okay. You
My
both suck.
bribery is actually a 49. Can I just say that I rolled that?
A combination of your blustering about as well as your fumbling about trying to actually get up does not go over well with the Dread Captain Van Geist. What I require of you is going to be all the quiescent souls from the dead bodies you be carrying, plus 3 mortal souls from your crew.
Well, that wasn't the deal before.
To join my dread crew. That was before you made arseholes of yourself on the deck.
It's true.
Well,
Right.
Balderdash.
Balderdash indeed.
This has gotten worse.
Well, I don't know if this would work for you or not, but the good sister over there has had thousands of souls die on her face. I don't know if you offer partial trade-in credit or not, but consider the offer on her face.
I'm going to assume your halfling antics just don't translate well.
That's probably the case.
Instead, I will allow you 1 hour to decide who is going to join me, crew.
Okay.
So, you are deposited back on the Lebenswert Ada to talk with the rest of the crew about who gets to go join the captain's crew. Svetlana looks around and says, "Well, he's not gonna have my soul."
Yeah, I'm sorry to say that things have gone from bad to worse.
That is accurate.
Now, in addition to the bodies and souls in the coffins below, that the ghost captain wants 3 of us that are currently living.
So, do we have any volunteers, or
Yes,
do we
volunteers.
draw straws?
I think the drunk captain should be number 1 on the list. He abandoned us in a time of need.
We do have someone in the brig as well.
Fiorella puffs up at your suggestion and says, "Over my dead body you get to the captain."
Well, that's 3 right there, then. That kind of works.
No. Well, but if she's dead, then it's not a mortal soul, right?
That's
Is
right.
that how that works?
When
I'm
you
not really sure.
mention the guy in the brig, Fenris finally comes to and crawls out of the brig and onto the deck.
What? Who forgot to lock that?
Oh, I didn't think he needed to be locked up. He was sleeping so peacefully.
He clambers onto the deck and rights his posture and looks over the rest of the crew and says, "I'll do it.
Well, that's one.
I've already cheated death once earlier, being the only sole remaining member of my crew. Least I can do is save the rest of yours."
Mighty admirable of you.
Quite honorable.
Well, that leaves 2 more. Initiate. I'm sure you won't let this happen over your dead body.
He just wipes his jowls with his hand ferociously and starts breaking out in a flop sweat.
So that's 2. And we just need 1 more. Is there anyone else willing to join what seems to be a kind of a cheerful bunch?
I don't remember someone else volunteering.
So
We have one.
we have 1. What happened? By the way, how did your ship go down, Mr. Fenris?
It's that blasted storm.
Oh,
A blasted storm that, as I understand it, took out most of the disciples of Moore on the island.
do we?
Deadliest thing. You know, it's a rare thing that, so I suppose it's not that rare a thing that Manan abandons you in your time of need. He's a fickle god, as is his right as the king of seas. but truly was the work of Stromfels. Stromfels, for those who don't know, described in the Sea of Claws handbook, is the kind of the mirror evil version of Manon.
Ah.
He's kind of a weird he's a weird like side god cult kind of thing, referred to as like the shark god.
Yeah.
He's like a
awesome.
predator god. He's like the evil version of Manon, who's like, he's not about like calm seas and trade and ports and stuff. He's about like, no, you get fucked on the ocean.
Oh.
You fall out of your boat, you're gonna get eaten by sharks.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love Stromfels. He's so cool.
When sailors are when sailors are desperate on the seas and Manon is not answering their calls, Stromfels is a name that is on their lips.
Man.
All right. How does everyone feel about casting lots to fill those last 2 positions?
I'm not a big fan of it, but it seems the most fair way.
Yeah, I agree.
No one seems to have any better ideas, so yeah, let's draw the lots. All right. Roll me. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Roll me 2d8. No, one. Roll me.
Just a regular percentile?
Roll me a d20. I'll just make you re-roll it if you roll too high. Sounds good.
I rolled a natural 20.
17.
You rolled too high.
Oh, very good.
You said 17?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nope. It's got to be less than 16.
I rolled a 9.
A 9?
5.
8, 9. Esma has drawn the coveted lot.
No!
Well, she brandishes her red lot and kind of tries to put on a brave face and looks toward the crew and says, "You know, I had a good run, a good swim.
No, we don't have to do this.
Well, someone's got to go.
Could volunteer to join her in all eternity. Soldier boy.
Does seem romantic.
They're tempting. Well, who gets the other one?
I mean, to be fair, good employer, has recognition, right? A lot of titles. This crew seems well taken care of. I could really become random top decker with a position like that. It doesn't even go in the water. It floats above it. Seems like a pretty good deal.
Are you volunteering?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
No, I, as a soldier of the Empire, I can't abide that. I will volunteer in your place, Randall.
All right.
Sick rivalry shit.
I just
Oh,
don't
that was so good.
trying to take Esme away from me.
Oh my god.
All right, so you guys come to a decision.
You weren't gonna go with her of your own accord, but once you thought someone else was gonna have her,
Yeah,
that's
that's
when you
actually
went?
really strong.
Yeah.
That's so
Wow, that's good.
halfling.
That's
Esma gives a tearful goodbye to Marie. They give some weird halfling kisses that I assume are like, you know, either on the side of the cheek or nose rubbing or something.
It's with their feet.
That.
They rub the top of the
Oh,
foot,
yeah.
the hair
Inter-
on it against each other.
Intertwine
They,
the
they,
toes.
they interlock the toes.
Ew.
Sister Shaylin is in a froth over the whole thing. And Randall Bottom Dollar, nay Top Decker, and Esma. Nope, you got
yeah.
swapped out. Yep. So yeah, you hot swapped for Half Long.
I volunteer as tribute.
Half Long the Dread Pirate Don't know what kind of rowing is going to be necessary when you don't have to touch the water, but I guess you'll find out. And hey, you know what? It's good representation for this crew. There aren't any halflings there yet.
Oh, that's good.
Esma
They're gonna learn today.
gives a tearful but cheerful goodbye. And you guys can see Halflong off with whatever kind of whatever you wanna share with him before he goes.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
You know, I'll be honest, I didn't think that was gonna work. Good on you, man. Good on you.
As soon as you started talking, I'm like, if he tries to take that place to go with Esme, I'm jumping in there.
I just wanted to kill Randall and every one shot his head. Actually.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll give him we'll shoot the cannons off in his honor as he goes.
The
At his boat.
gunpowder is spoiled.
Oh, nuts. We'll throw cannonballs in the water
Yeah, you
out of respect.
get on the 21 bloop salute.
It looks like they're both
13 cannons.
a little nervous before like heading off.
Damn it.
So if
Oh my god.
if they want like a little like a send off for me,
Yes, please.
right? I
Bit of a, you know, no one likes to leave on a bad note. Better
Right.
for it to be a happy ending.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's
That's good.
So, Halflong and Esma begin their eternity together, marauding the Sea of Claws, as well as Captain Fenris, whose final words on the deck are, "I'm just going overboard for a little while."
ooh.
Oh yeah, that guy went with us.
And he puts
Yeah.
his sunglasses on, and his duster flaps in the wind.
He doesn't even look at the explosion behind him.
And at that point, he says Captain Van Geist doffs his tattered hat to the three of them and says, "Welcome aboard, me hearties," to his new crew. Not too long after that, the party reaches dry land at Dieterschaffen, and the Liebenswert Ada didn't sink.
Oh, well,
Shocking.
yeah.
And that is the skeleton crew story.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
We did it.
congratulations. A couple things to note.
Poor half along.
If a character sacrificed themselves for the greater good, the story of the party's heroism spreads across the Sea of Claws,
Look at
earning them
that.
good fortune in the next few ports of call.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And the legend of halflings are more than just cooks. Two of them
Yeah.
sacrificed themselves. We're the best.
That's
Well,
right.
one of them was sacrificed, via transitive property, it seems. But yeah, we figured it out. As well as Captain Fenris, who, he was dead at the beginning of the story, he's dead at the end, it's fine. There are a few loose ends that are worth taking note of. By the way, you got some loot from a coffin.
Oh yeah, I took that with me.
Yeah, you're just you bring it on board as a dowry.
Yes, I was going to use that same word actually.
Okay.
To give to the new captain. I forgot his name. Geist something. Something
Yep.
Geist.
The
Captain Ghostmancer.
Arch Trader Van Geist.
Van Geist.
So
Sir Ghost.
The ghostess
in
with the
in the session, XP would be awarded in the following way, which I'm going to mention because I think it's cool. 15 points for interacting well with the NPCs and making some become friendly. This definitely happened with.
Oh yeah, I was
Sister
friends with
Phelan.
benefits with most of the
They were
crew.
If
so
you had ever
friendly.
uttered a like a comprehensible plan, everyone would have listened. It's okay that didn't happen.
Yeah,
You know,
that's not my strong suit.
no, your strong suit is your birthday suit. Okay, the murderer was actually Brother Amenhai.
What?
Oh no.
Never.
There
would've
are a
guessed
couple
that.
of clues that happen. Gossip checks reveal that he was spared by the storm that took all the other disciples of Moor because he made a prayer to Stromfeld,
Oh
the shark god.
no.
Oh.
And as a
dirtbag.
way to try to appease him, murdered the peer.
Oh.
Okay.
I dig it.
The red handkerchief that he was wiping his face with was wrapped around his arm. You all suck at seeing things.
Oh.
Fair.
It's true.
We failed a lot of checks.
That is okay. But yeah, Fenris was on the up and up.
He's cool
10
dude,
points go to the character who unblocked the rudder. So,
Whoop.
They are.
holla holla. No one figured out who smuggled a bunch of goods in there. It was Svetlana. Svetlana and Yuri are smugglers. You guys missed a bunch of perception checks early on. And weirdly just removed all of the smuggled goods and then didn't say anything. Which is fascinating.
Yeah, it's a halfling. I don't care.
You guys get 5 points for saving Fenris
Okay.
and 5 points for sailing the ship safely into port.
All right.
So many 5.
Who got the bonus star for losing the most mini games?
Clearly that was Randall Bottom Dollar.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I landed on the most green spices.
Everyone hates you for that. And you know it.
It's so random.
So Randall.
But not Randall.
That's so Randall.
That's right. Shit. You know what? JB, do you want to lead us out with some sort of song?
Oh, yeah. No. I was really just wondering why that skeleton captain really wanted to fight us.
I'm sorry?
Because I think he just had a bone to pick with us.
I even asked for a song this time.
He's not going to give you what you asked for,
No.
though. It's JB.
No, I guess not.
I'm surprised he wasn't like 42.
But thank you for 100
Yeah, that was
5-star
great.
Yeah,
reviews,
thank
right?
y'all.
Yeah,
Oh my
Thank you
gosh.
for running that.
That's a big thanks to all the 500 people who wrote a 1-star review. I really like doing this.
This
Yeah.
was really fun.
That
You
was
did
super
a
fun.
hell of a job, too.
Yeah, that was
That was
real
great.
I tried to give as many voices as I could. None of them were prostitutes in the same way that Sister Shaylin seemed to have been. But I think that I still pulled it through.
I don't think she charged anyone anything.
good. No.
Right.
No.
Just a smile.
And I did a voice that wasn't my own, so
Yeah, that was
Kudos.
really nice. Actually, I
Yeah.
really liked your character.
Very impressed.
kudos.
I also
to-
appreciated Tim's brand new character.
You know, it took a while to come up with the name but
The voice?
we got there.
Figured
Yeah.
it out,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Really came into his own. No, that was a real fun thing to run. I really enjoyed being the GM. So if you guys enjoyed that, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Give more 5-star reviews, and maybe I will reprise my role as Weird GM.
Ooh,
I like
weird
that.
GM.
I like that.
I dig it. I'm going to miss... I forgot my own character's name immediately. Half-long.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
just gone from our memories.
Yeah.
Before we leave,
I'm gonna miss him.
we should come up with a Dread Pirate Cursed Skeleton version name of Half Long.
Ooh.
What's a good name?
Ooh. Half gone.
Half dead.
I like Half-Gone.
I like
Half
that.
Gone is pretty good.
Yeah.
Half Gone is pretty good.
Deadling.
Oh,
Ooh,
and then
I
it's,
like
is
Deadling.
Also strong.
Captain Deadling,
Or
half gone.
Ghostling.
Yeah.
Geistling.
Geistling.
yeah.
All right.
And I could definitely see him like just being jowly on the boat as well.
Yeah, Danny threatened to steal that voice from me. I didn't let it happen.
When you first used that voice during the introduction, I was like, fuck, I'm going to do the voice too.
I don't even know what that voice is, but
It's-
fine.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
It was really fun.
I'm good. We good. Close
Bye.
up shop.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Go away.
I know what, I just pressed a button. I know what it was going to be. What?
So the end of that adventure was pretty scary. I mean, it was a kind of a spine tingler.
Go home.
No.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be something overtly sexual. Like, I thought it was going to be that. It was a real kidney tickler. Like,
He really just, touched my prostate. Just as overt as possible.